This man is kneeling in the main hall, just because the author wrote him off. Jing Wang, Chun Chupei's entire family was exterminated. My favorite male character in the comic was killed off by the unscrupulous author. The female lead angrily criticizes the author. My Chupei is so pitiful, and to die such a tragic death. I can't accept this ending. Get lost. For the first time in my life, I became an angry keyboard warrior. I cursed the author. As a result, I got my comeuppance. I transmigrated into the comic's female lead, Lu Minji. I was both angry and speechless. This must be because the author saw my venomous words and hired a sorcerer overnight to curse me in revenge, making me transmigrate into the female lead of the comic. Wait a minute, I'm now in the world of the comic. I can meet my beloved Lord Chupei. Isn't this a huge win? Surprise. Unexpected, isn't it? Life is truly full of misfortunes. I've decided I'm going to save Lord Chupei. I'll change his fate of being exterminated by the Tyrant. So, my first step is to escape from the Lu. Lu Minji walks in her family's courtyard, but unexpectedly, she's already too hungry to walk. So hungry, I feel like my chest is sticking to my back. How long has it been since I've eaten? In the original story, Lu Minji was the unfavored daughter of the Lu family. Since childhood, she suffered constant scorn and bullying. Being starved was even more commonplace. At this moment, Lu Minji smelled something delicious. Turning around, she saw Lu Yueqing. Lu Minji's face instantly fell. Lu Yueqing put her hands on her hips and said haughtily, "Little fool, I heard you haven't gotten out of bed for days. Starved to death, have you? I brought you something delicious." Lu Yueqing stood there, flaunting her status as the only daughter of the legal wife. Minji, who had suffered this girl's tyranny since childhood, could only pretend to be a fool to protect herself. So pathetic. Not enough to eat, not enough to wear, and bullied. She even has to pretend to be a fool to survive. Lu Yueqing said, right? Little fool. The maid beside her opened the food box. Minji, feigning foolishness, looked at the buns in front of her, just as she reached out to take one. Lu Yueqing snatched the top bun away. Lu Minji, looking at the moldy bun, exclaimed, "Wow, isn't this the standard moldy bun from the Cold Palace in palace dramas?" Lu Yueqing said maliciously, "Here, eat it." The maid asked worriedly, "Miss, this bun is moldy. Won't it kill her?" Lu Yueqing scoffed, "She's a fool, not a person. A fool won't die from eating anything." At this moment, Lu Minji's expression darkened, and she said with a smile, "Oh, right. I'm pretending to be a fool now. If I were a fool, what would I do?" Lu Minji grabbed the moldy bun and said, "Silly girl, stop smiling. Eat it quickly." Lu Minji grabbed a bun, pretending to put it in her mouth, but instead threw it at Lu Yueqing. Hee, big bun. Ouch, 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 ouch. Looking at the large bump on Lu Yueqing's head. Wow, critical hit. 100%. This bun is even sweeter than Lu Yueqing's head. It's a lethal weapon. Lu Yueqing cried out in pain. "It hurts. I was hit by a fool. Stupid fool. Stupid fool." The maid said, "Miss, you have a big bump on your head." Lu Minji picked up the bun and, feigning foolishness, offered it to her. Don't cry, don't cry. Eat the bun, eat the bun." Lu Yueqing, disgusted, pushed her away. Lu Minji retched, "That's disgusting." Lu Minji clapped her hands, pretending to be a fool. "Yummy, yummy." The maid said worriedly, "Miss, are you going to be poisoned? I have to take you to see a doctor." Lu Minji burst out laughing. "That's hilarious. I definitely won't be poisoned. But diarrhea is another story." The maid picked up Lu Yueqing. Lu Yueqing said angrily, "Stupid fool. You just wait. I'll tell my father to teach you a lesson." Lu Minji wiped her nose and put her hands on her hips. "Bring it on." "I, Lu Minji, am not someone you can bully anymore. I'm a fool. Who am I afraid of?" Lu Minji picked up the fragrant bun from the ground and started eating it. So delicious. When you're hungry, anything tastes good. Just then, she heard a dog barking. Turning around, she saw, unexpectedly, and it was a puppy Minji had picked up. He was her best friend and emotional support. Unfortunately, later on, Lu Yueqing cruelly drowned him. "And then you eat him too. You've often gone hungry with me. I won't let them bully us anymore. I'm not the same person I used to be. If they try to bully us again, we'll fight back." Just then, a maid came running over and said, "Mississippi, Mississippi, are you all right?" Holding Lu Minji's face, she said worriedly, "I was only gone for a little while, and I heard you made Miss Yueqing cry." This was Yu, Minji's personal maid. She was the only person in the Lu family who was kind to Minji. Miss Yueqing will definitely go and complain. The madam will definitely come looking for you. Even if you are a fool, the madam definitely won't let you off. What should we do? Lu Minji danced and laughed. Haha, bring it on. Bring it on. Ayu said helplessly. Sigh. Only you can still laugh. I certainly can't. That's right. Ayu doesn't know I'm faking it yet. They dare to cause trouble for me. I'll make sure they regret it. Lu Minji and Enin happily played together. A voice called out, Lu Yueqing arrived with her mother for support. Lu Minji looked at them with exasperation. They came quickly. Lu Minji, you've got some nerve. As a young lady of the Lu family, you don't understand hierarchy and order. You actually dared to hit the eldest daughter. Lu Yueqing instantly squeezed out tears and said forcefully, yes. I kindly offered Minji's sister a meat bun, and she actually hit me with it. Lu Minji feigned innocence and said with a silly smile, meat bun hits doggy. Meat bun hits doggy. Lu Yueqing pointed at Lu Minji and said through gritted teeth, Mother, this fool is cursing me again. She's a real monster. If you don't beat her until her skin splits and flesh tears, sooner or later she'll become lawless and endanger the Lu family. Ayu knelt and kowtowed, pleading, I'm sorry, madam. Miss Minji is just a fool. She must have done it unintentionally. If you want to blame someone, blame me for not watching her properly. Punish me. The first madam kicked Ayu away. What are you? You dare plead for mercy in front of me. Lu Minji clenched her fists in anger. Damn crazy woman. How dare she hit my Ayu? The first madam roared. Again, Adu, teach this fool a harsh lesson. Ayu hugged Lu Minji. No, Miss Minji is still the head of the family's daughter. The first madam raged. Who knows if she's even a bastard child? Drag her away. A guard kicked Ayu's back and yelled, let go. He yanked Ayu's hair. Get lost. Lu Minji watched them bully Ayu and couldn't help but shout, stop. I'll take responsibility for my actions. Don't bully Ayu. These words surprised the first madam. What? What did you say? You scumbags. I've put up with you for too long. Why are you hitting my Ayu? A sleeping tiger shouldn't be poked. Do you think I'm Hello Kitty? The first madam's eyes widened. So you weren't a fool. I always thought something was off about you. You were pretending all along. Come on. I've been wanting to deal with you for a long time. They looked at the flames in Lu Minji's hand in shock. Mother, Minji's hand is on fire. Could this be the power of a sacred beast? In this world, there are 5 sacred beasts. The fire phoenix, the golden tiger, the black tortoise, the water dragon, and the foamling. The 5 sacred beasts possess the power to control the 5 elements of metal, wood, water, fire, and earth. Those who possess the powerful sacred beast powers are targets of contention for every nation. Lu Minji smiled faintly. Although my fire phoenix power hasn't been fully developed, conjuring a fireball is still easy. The first madam finally reacted and yelled quickly, seize her, lock her in the water prison. The fireball in Lu Minji's hand grew larger and larger. Then she hurled it at them. Don't get in my way. With a bang, the guards were knocked to the ground. Now it's your turn, you two. The mother and daughter huddled together in fear. Don't come near me, you lunatic. Run. Try to run. No way. Lu Minji released a large burst of fire, blocking their path. The first madam and her daughter cried in each other's arms. The raging flames continued to burn. The first madam said, such a huge fire. We can't get out. Lu Yueqing wailed, Mother, help. I don't want to die. Hearing their cries, Lu Minji mercifully pointed to a dog hole. If you want to get out, there's a small opening over there. It's perfect for the first madam and eldest Mississippi. The first madam's face contorted in anger. She roared, bullshit. Isn't that a dog hole? Lu Minji immediately released another burst of fire. Fine, don't go through. Do you want to stay here and become roast pig? Terrified, the mother and daughter immediately crawled towards the hole. The first madam yelled, are you crazy? Yueqing, run. The first madam got stuck halfway through. Lu Yueqing pulled her mother with all her might. But how strong could a child be? Seeing this, Lu Minji said heroically, and then, why don't you help a madam? And then bit the first madam's backside. The first madam burst into tears. With a thud, she tumbled out of the dog hole. She didn't forget to threaten, just you wait. I'll go find the head of the family to deal with you, you wretch. Ayu gripped Lu Minji's shoulders. Miss, you were pretending to be a fool all along. Lu Minji smiled slightly. Yes, I could only avoid being bullied by pretending to be a fool. It was self-preservation. Ayu said shamefully, you've suffered so much all this time. It's my fault for not being able to protect you properly, miss. Lu Minji took Ayu's hand and comforted her. Ayu, you've already done a great job. In the comic, Ayu suffered a lot of bullying from the eldest miss and the madam while protecting me. I have the fire phoenix power. No one will dare to bully us anymore. Ayu shook her head worriedly. But now the madam knows you have the fire phoenix destiny. This is bad. At that moment, Lu Minji suddenly remembered something. The emperor is searching the entire country for children with the power of sacred beasts. Those children who were taken have become monstrous, neither human nor ghost. Only a few chosen ones can complete the process, transforming into powerful sacred beasts and becoming weapons controlled by the state. In the original story, when a Lu family head discovered Lu Minji's Fire Phoenix power, he immediately sold her to the imperial court. For the next 10 years, Lu Minji endured terrifying and bloody magical experiments, fully unlocking the secrets of the sacred beast. She ultimately transformed into the Fire Phoenix, conquering cities, killing countless people, and becoming Xian country's ultimate weapon. This was the beginning of all Lu Minji's suffering. The first madam has already gone to inform the family head. They should be coming for me soon. Ayu, I have to escape this family. Ayu looked at her in disbelief. You want to leave the Lu family? Yes, I want to go to the imperial capital. Ayu, come with me. If I disappear, they definitely won't spare you. It will be dangerous then. Ayu's eyes filled with happy tears. Okay, we'll leave together. Besides, I wouldn't feel right letting you travel alone, Mississippi. The scene changes. Lu Minji and Ayu pack their belongings and escape through a side gate. Ayu, holding Lu Minji's hand, said, "We'll run to the southern forest. Follow the river, and we'll reach the imperial capital. My older sister, Ayu, is there. She'll take care of us." Lu Minji's face was full of anticipation. Imperial capital, Prince Chupei, I'm coming. What? This person is Lu Boizhao, the Lu family head. That Minji girl is actually a sacred beast host. Our Lu family is going to prosper. The first madam disagreed. Bah, she nearly burned Qing'er and me to death. The Lu family's misfortune is having given birth to such a monster. We must immediately cleanse the family and expel her. The family head backhanded her. You short-sighted fool. Do you know that the emperor is searching the entire world for children with sacred beast powers? If we hand Minji over to the court, we'll not only receive a reward but also a noble title. We'll be rich. The first madam, trembling, touched her slapped cheek and quickly agreed. Yes, yes, yes. Minji is a goose that lays golden eggs. The family head gave a sinister smile. Quickly, take some people and keep Minji under control. I'll go see the imperial envoy right away. A short while later, the first madam ran in panicked. It's bad, family head. Minji, that girl is gone. She escaped. Upon hearing this, the cup in his hand fell. It shattered with a paw. He roared angrily. This ruins everything. Quickly, send men after her. All of you go. You must bring Minji back. Soon, everyone chased after Lu Minji in the direction she fled. One Eye said, the family head has ordered us to capture Miss Minji no matter what. She has a sacred beast residing within her. A subordinate pointed to the clothes on a branch. Boss, I've found the Mrs. Trail. Excellent. Release the hounds. The dogs sniffed the remaining clothes. With a whoosh, they darted off in the direction Lu Minji and Ayu had gone. Ayu looked down the mountain. It's bad. Miss, run. The Lu family is chasing us. At these words, Lu Minji spat out the food she'd just put in her mouth. They came so fast. She immediately got up and ran. Faster, Mississippi. We can't let them catch us. Damn it. How'd they find us so quickly? As they ran, they suddenly noticed dogs. Oh no, they're the Lu family's hunting dogs. The hound stared fiercely at Lu Minji and Ayu. Ayu looked back. One Eye, arms crossed, said, Miss Minji, so you're here. We've been looking all over for you. Lu Minji glared at them. Lu family dogs. One Eye waved his hand smugly. Why did you run away? Your father is very heartbroken right now. Lu Minji scoffed. Don't think I don't know. That old crocodile is only upset because he's lost his money tree. Heartbroken. Miss, stop with the nonsense and come back with us. Don't force me to use force. Ayu drew a small knife. She pointed it at them. Don't come any closer. We'll never go back to the Lu family, not even if we die. Ayu, when did you get so brave? Not only are you abducting the miss, but you dare to point a knife at me. Ayu said fiercely, don't come any closer, or I won't be polite. With a flash, she lunged at One Eye. One Eye easily dodged her attack. Grabbing his wrist, what do you think you are? You're nothing but low-class trash, trying to act like a hero in front of me. Let me go. One Eye punches Ayu. Ayu falls to the ground. Get up. Lu Minji cries out in fear. Ayu turns to Lu Minji. Miss, it's better if you come back with me obediently. Ayu shakily picks up a stone. Ayu throws the stone at One Eye's head. One of One Eye's men says, Suji, you're bleeding. Ayu grabs One Eye's leg. Run, Mississippi, run. One Eye kicks Ayu angrily. Damn it, let go of me. Don't worry about me. Run, miss, run. One Eye draws a knife. You're asking for it. One eye stabs at you. Lu Minji watches this scene, tears streaming down her face. No, 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 she cries. A fiery aura emanates from Lu Minji. I'll kill you. However, someone is lying in wait behind Lu Minji. They suddenly attack her. Stepping on Lu Minji's hand Suji, this girl can conjure fire with her bare hands. How terrifying. This is the power of a sacred beast. Truly rare. No wonder she can be sold for a good price. Lu Minji cries, crawling toward the Ayu. Ayu, no, don't die. Ayu. One eye grabs Lu Minji's hair. If you don't want to die, come back with me obediently. Lu Minji spits at him. Huh, even if I die, I won't let you off. One eye looks at the spit on his face and angrily chokes Lu Minji. You're nothing but a lamb to the slaughter. What do you think you are? Acting all high and mighty. I'll beat you half to death. Someone shoots an arrow at One Eye. One Eye cries out in pain as the arrow hits his wrist and he releases Lu Minji. Lu Minji falls to the ground. Who is that? Show yourself. What stray dog dares? How dare you act so presumptuously before this prince? Release that girl. Am I dreaming? One Eye draws his sword, gritting his teeth. You bastard. You dare ambush me. Kill him. Such big words. One Eye's men attack Chun Chupei. Chun Chupei draws his sword and swiftly kills them all. One Eye watches in anger. So many men, and they couldn't even last a single round. A bunch of useless trash. Watch my skills. One Eye attacks Chun Chupei, then falls to his knees, begging for mercy. Please, spare me. I didn't know any better. I was blind. Spare my life. Chun Chupei sheathes his sword, sighing. Ugh, I've just cut down some more filth. You're right. I'm nothing but dog shit. Not worth dirtying your hands. Chun Chupei extends a hand to Lu Minji. Can you stand? Lu Minji happily takes his hand. Chun Chupei, is it really you? Looking shocked, what? You know me. One Eye, seeing his chance, prepares to attack them. That fool actually believed my act. Donji. Lu Minji angrily uses her sacred beast power to attack One Eye. Chun Chupei looks shocked. Sacred beast power. One Eye's head starts to glow. Chun Chupei delivers a roundhouse kick. One Eye is kicked back. Chun Chupei holds a knife to his throat. Scoundrel, your astounding shamelessness has truly opened my eyes. Such a wretch doesn't deserve to live. One Eye trembles. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Wait, Chun Chupei. One Eye thinks Lu Minji is going to save him and cries tears of relief. Miss Minji, please save me. What? You want to plead for him? He just tried to kill you. I will absolutely not spare him. Chun Chupei, please lower your sword. This man killed my only family. I want to avenge her myself. This girl is loyal, righteous, and spirited. She's no ordinary person. He sheathed his sword, because she was also a child chosen by the sacred beast. At this moment, he thought of his daughter, Yun'er. Father, look, I have sacred beast powers. Miss, wait, Ayu is just a lowly servant girl. She's not even related to you. There's no need to be so angry. If Ayu, who protected me with her life, isn't considered family, then is that old fool who wanted to hand his daughter over to the authorities considered family? These are the family head's orders. What could I do? Besides, the emperor is using the entire nation's resources to search for the children of the sacred beast. Hearing this, Chupei remembered the emperor's decree. Miss Ji-yun, as a child of the sacred beast, is a national treasure. She must enter the palace immediately to be raised. Yun'er is not some national treasure. She is my family. Lord Chupei, will you not accept the decree? Lord Chupei accepted the decree with trembling hands. Silence. Anyone who harms my family is my mortal enemy. Lord Chupei watched this scene. As expected of a child of the sacred beast, One Eye was consumed by raging flames. Ayu, you can rest now. I have avenged you. She collapsed. What's happening to my body? I can't use any strength. Lord Chupei caught her and looked at Minji. If Yun'er were still alive, she would be about this age now. Lord Chupei ordered, carefully prepare that maid's body and take her back for a proper burial. Yes, my lord. 3 days later, Minji slowly opened her eyes, her face filled with shock. Where is this? How long have I been asleep? Wasn't I in the forest? Suddenly, she heard voices and looked towards the door. Aren't those Lushing and Xingmu? She looked at them with a doting smile. They haven't even grown up yet. So small and cute. Xingmu pointed at Minji with a speechless expression. Brother, look at her. She looks so dumb. She's probably a little simple-minded. Lushing replied, she definitely looks like she's not all there. Did she eat some weird mushrooms? Minji listened to their conversation and got angry. Scratch that. They're not cute at all. Minji suddenly thought, no, I want to stay here. I have to get along with Lexing and Xingmu. Then she put on a cute expression. There's nothing wrong with my head. Lexing thought for a moment and said, I heard that after eating those mushrooms, colorful mushrooms will grow on your head too. Hearing this, Xingmu excitedly reached for Minji's head. Really? That's amazing. This action made Minji dumbfounded. This is completely different from what I imagined. Xingmu happily rummaged through Minji's hair. Dummy, let me see if you have mushrooms growing on your head. Minji's head was hurting from his actions. Xingmu then said, hee, if you have mushrooms growing, I'll bury you in the ground and water you. Minji immediately got angry and bit Xingmu's arm. Xingmu angrily yelled at her, why did you bite me? Minji put on a menacing expression and said with slurred speech, I'll bite you. Lexing watched from the side and teased, my little brother got bitten by a dummy. Is this a double dummy? At this moment, Lord Chupei walked in through the door. He saw the two children still fighting. The scene froze. This person was dressed in steward's clothing. Due to Lord Chupei's arrival, everyone sat down obediently. Minji and Xingmu glared at each other. Xingmu propped his chin on his hand and said sullenly, Zuiqian, why did you bring this dummy back? Chupei said with a helpless expression, she's not a dummy. Her name is. He suddenly felt awkward. He immediately asked, what's your name? Minji answered obediently, Minji. I've severed ties with the Liu family, so my name is just Minji. Xingmu was immediately unhappy when he heard this. Then what are you doing here? Do you want to be my sister? I don't want a sister like you. I want my sister to be a Yun, not a dummy like you. At this moment, Minji remembered. Ayun was Lord Chupei's deceased daughter. Her circumstances were very similar to mine. In the original comic, Ayun also possessed the power of the sacred beast and was summoned to the palace by the emperor. In the end, she died tragically in the palace due to a failed magical experiment. Although the emperor bestowed many riches and territories, what good were they? His daughter's death was Lord Chupei's lifelong pain. Lord Chupei lived his entire life in self-blame and the pain of guilt. That's why I, Minji, am here. This time, I will be the one to save him. Minji declared resolutely, yes, I'm here to be your sister. Xingmu looked at her in disbelief. Minji said to Lord Chupei, please be my father. I want to be your daughter, always and forever. Lord Chupei also looked incredulous, glancing at Minji and Yun'er. It seemed to stun the two brothers. Chupei smiled slightly. Then, composing himself, he laughed. Such a big matter, and she thought it over. So strakit forward, so both. This little fool doesn't seem so foolish after all. Xingmu, however, was very displeased. No, I don't agree. I don't want her as a sister. You can't listen to her. Chupei immediately soothed Xingmu. Let's all go out for a trip. As soon as he said this, Lexing, the older brother, remembered that their father hadn't taken them on a trip since Ayun's passing. Lord Chupei stood up and instructed the steward to prepare the carriage. I want to go to South Mountain. I'll go prepare it right away. The scene changed. The carriage was ready at the residence. Chupei and the others came out. Your Highness, the young masters will take this carriage. Miss Minji will take the one behind. Minji looked at the shabby carriage. It's so small and broken, and it smells strange. Xingmu laughed loudly. This carriage is just as silly as you. The steward came out to explain, Miss Minji, there are distinctions in rank and therefore differences in treatment. Those who are not of noble birth all ride in this type of carriage. Chupei smiled faintly at the steward. Are you really going to let Minji ride in such a shabby, low-class carriage? The steward scratched his head. Your Highness, but didn't you hear just now? She wants to be my daughter. If she really becomes a princess one day, then you'll be in trouble. Upon hearing this, the steward suddenly understood. My deepest apologies. It was my negligence. I'll immediately prepare a carriage identical to the young masters. Lord Chupei mounted his horse. On their way to their destination, Minji and Lord Chupei arrived at a sea of flowers. It stretched as far as the eye could see. Butterflies danced gracefully. It was incredibly beautiful. Lord Chupei, where is this? The Cloud Sea flower field. Under the starry sky, wildflowers grew freely all over the mountainside. He picked a flower casually and said to Minji, pick one too and offer it to your maid Ayu. At this moment, Minji remembered Ayu and tears instantly welled up. Lord Chupei pointed ahead. After you fainted the other day, I sent someone to bring Ayu back for burial. Minji placed the picked flower on the grave. Silence spoke volumes. Ayu, I'm sorry. I couldn't save you. If I were stronger. She couldn't help but burst into tears. It's my fault. I should have used my sacred beast power to save you. Lord Chupei crouched down to comfort Minji. Ayu is at peace now. Don't be so hard on yourself. You've already done very well. You're just a child. You shouldn't say these things. You don't need to bear so much. Minji's eyes were brimming with tears. He gently embraced Minji. So, you just need to be like a child. Laugh when you want to laugh, cry when you want to cry, play when you want to play, and act spoiled when you want to act spoiled. You don't need to think about anything else. I'll handle it. Minji looked at Lord Chupei with adoration. Lord Chupei is truly my hero. Lord Chupei is the best. Seeing this scene, Shimu was furious. Father, why are you hugging that fool? Lisheng replied indifferently, because she was crying. This answer made him even more furious. Father never hugged me when I cried. This is infuriating. Lisheng recalled how he looked when he cried. When you cry, you roll around on the ground, with snot and tears flying everywhere. I wouldn't hug you either. After a while, Lisheng picked some flowers. Father, these flowers are for you. Lord Chupei accepted them. I'm going to visit Yun'er's grave. You children can play here. Understood, Father. Father always visits Sister Iyun alone and never allows us to go with him. Farewell, Your Highness. Everyone watched him leave. Xingmu immediately pointed at Minji. Hey, fool, were you faking your crying just now? No, I wasn't. Xingmu was provocative. I know you were faking it. Minji retorted, what do you know? You don't know anything. Hold on. Don't swear. Xingmu stuck out his tongue. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Seeing his silly face, Minji burst out laughing. Xingmu was unwilling to give up and made another face. Minji laughed until her stomach hurt. Stop it. You look like a fool. You're the fool. I knew you were fake crying. Lisheng said with a sigh. Yeah, my little brother looks more like a fool. This is too much. I'm still sad, and you're making me not know how to react. I'll hit you. Xingmu laughed. That's what you get for fake crying. Xingmu made a face and patted his bottom. You can't hit me. You can't hit me. Come chase me, dummy. Minji got angry and chased after him. Stop right there. I'm going to tell Father you were fake crying. You're laughing so hard now. Stop right there. You can't catch me. You can't catch me. He suddenly tripped and tumbled down the slope. Minji reacted, but couldn't stop herself. Xingmu landed face first. He looked around in confusion. Where am I? Suddenly, Minji also fell, landing right on Xingmu's head. Both of them ended up with large bumps. Xingmu yelled angrily, what are you doing? That hurt. Just then, the voices of bandits rang out, this road is mine. This tree is mine. If you want to pass this way, leave your money. The two looked at the bandits, speechless. Minji said, these bandits are so cheesy. This old-fashioned robbery is so embarrassing I could dig a 3-bedroom apartment with my toes. The two bandits were dumbfounded. What the? They're just little kids. Where do brats come from? Get lost and play somewhere else. Lisheng took offense. How dare you? Do you know who I am? I'm Chun Lisheng, the second young master of the Prince of Jin's Manor. Minji said exasperatedly, idiot, telling bandits who you are is asking for trouble. The bandits' eyes lit up. Did you hit the jackpot? Are you really the prince's son? Lisheng puffed up with pride. Of course. Now that you know who I am, kneel. The bandit simply picked Lisheng up. Lisheng panicked. What are you doing? Seeing this, Minji tried to use her sacred beast power, but the bandit didn't give her a chance, hitting her over the head. The scene changed. The two were captured and thrown onto the floor of cave. Lisheng cried out, ow, that hurts. You're hurting me. Let me go. The man was the leader of the bandits. The bandit leader, known as Sixth Lord, ignored him. Lisheng got even angrier. Did you hear me? Let me go. Minji said worriedly, stop yelling. What good will that do? The bandit said to Sixth Lord, we're going to be rich. We kidnapped the prince's son. Sixth Lord's face contorted in fear. The prince's son? You mean the second young master of the Prince of Jin's Manor? Sixth Lord burst into tears. Are you crazy? You dared to touch the prince's son. How many heads do you have? You're going to get us all killed. One of his underlings meekly replied, just one. Boss, what did I always tell you guys? Another underling chimed in. If you want to get rich, you got to be crazy. Sixth Lord thought this sounded wrong. But then he started laughing. That's right. We even dare to mess with the prince. You're already crazy. Looks like we're going to be rich. Rich. Wang Gu, also known as Sixth Lord, is a crazy character in the original comic. I didn't expect to meet him so early. Lisheng yelled, you're insane. Let me go. My father will arrest you all. Sixth Lord slapped Lisheng. Shut up, you brat. Lisheng burst into tears. How dare you hit me? Even my father has never hit me. Sixth Lord scratched his head sheepishly. Everyone, what's the punishment for assaulting a member of the royal family? A bandit with yellow hair mimed wiping his brow. Sixth Lord, isn't that obvious? Beheading. It's a death sentence. Sixth Lord burst out laughing. Great. We're dead either way. Either we get rich or we die. Go on. Cut off one of the brat's fingers and send it to the prince. Prove that his dumb son is in our hands. If he doesn't pay, we'll send another one. I don't care if he's a prince or the king of heaven. He'll panic and pay up. Great idea, Sixth Lord. Les incite. No, no. The bandits held Lishing down. Minji spoke up. How much money do you want? Do you know how rich the prince is? If you ask for too little, you'll lose out. Sixth Lord thought for a moment. How much should we ask for? This is all happening so fast. I haven't even had time to savor it. I've never caught such a big fish before. Minji sighed. Just name your price. Sixth Lord gestured. 100,000 coins. No, no, fido, 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 comma, fido, fido, fido coins. Wait, 5 million coins. 5 million coins. Minji laughed. 5 million. Are you trying to make the prince laugh? Just one of the 7 jewels decorating the 7-star treasure sword in the prince's treasury is worth 7 million coins. Sixth Lord looked confused. How do you know about the 7-star treasure sword in the prince's treasury? Who are you? You're just a little girl, but you speak like an old woman. The blonde bandit replied, I don't know. Just grab them. Minji smirked. Why do I know? Because I'm the same as you. A money-hungry lunatic. How much ransom are you even asking for? Even if you get 5 million, can you carry it away? Can you even spend it? Why not just go straight to the prince's treasury? Western treasures. Sixth Lord nodded. Makes sense. Small-minded, aren't we? Minji continued. I was about to become the prince's daughter. I was planning to steal some treasures from the treasury. But you ruined my plans. Yune yelled, you villain. I knew you were up to no good. Minji ignored her and continued, but it's not too late. You two watch this kid. The rest of you, raid the prince's manor. Sixth Lord suddenly pressed a knife against Minji. After a moment, Minji pointed ahead. Over that hill. The prince's manor is just below. The group moved forward. Chupei was kneeling before Yunner's grave. Chupei was thinking of his mother. Sixth Lord looked ahead. Agrave. His subordinate said, Sixth Lord, there's someone at the grave. Chupei sensed Minji's presence. Before Chupei could react, Minji unleashed the power of the Fire Phoenix. Sixth Lord, startled by the burst of flames, stumbled back. Minji ran towards Chupei. Chupei, you little wretch. Tricking me. You're looking for death. He then lunged at Minji with a bolt of lightning. Minji saw the lightning coming. Chupei drew his sword and rushed towards Minji with incredible speed. En explosion. Chupei shielded Minji. Chupei roared, who gave you permission to set foot in this graveyard? Sixth Lord, realizing he'd been tricked, flew into a rage. The scene shifted to Lishing. 2 bandits were tormenting him. Lishing shouted, let me go. My father will kill you. The bandits laughed. Haha, I'm your daddy. Call me daddy. Silly kid, you've been tricked. I'm your father. Get your hands off me. I'll beat you. A voice called out, having fun with my brother are you? Who's this brat? Who are you? Xingmu smiled. Are you deaf or stupid? I said he's my brother. Suddenly, Xingmu said, oh, there's a 10,000 tael silver note on the ground. Did anyone lose it? The 2 bandits instantly began fighting. It's mine. With a few swift moves, Xingmu killed the bandits. He cut Lishing's ropes. Lishing said happily, brother, how did you know I was here? I looked for you when I didn't see you. Luckily, I found the marks. Lishing looked confused. Marks? What marks? Xingmu held up a burnt branch. I followed these burnt branches. Who made these marks? Only one possibility. Minji, with her Fire Phoenix power. She left them on purpose. Lishing didn't believe it. I don't believe she'd be so kind. We've all been tricked by Minji. She's not a good person. She's leading those bad guys to father. Xingmu closed his eyes. They're going to father. We're doomed. Lishing, turn around. Yes, we're doomed. We have to save father. Xingmu grabbed Lishing. He laughed. I said the ones who are doomed are the bad guys. He patted Lishing's head. Don't worry, brother. Our father is known as the god of slaughter. Those bad guys will be ripped to shreds. Last time, Minji led the bandits to Chupei. With one swing of Chupei's sword, the bandits collapsed. The bandit leader gritted his teeth in anger. My men, slaughtered. He roared. How is this possible? So many men, and they couldn't defeat one. What went wrong? This isn't right. At this rate, I'll be all alone. Chupei pointed his sword at him. Stop yelling. Now it's your turn. The bandit leader, enraged at being repeatedly outmaneuvered, charged at Chupei, screaming, I'll kill you. Chupei struck. The bandit leader looked down at the blood gushing from his chest. Someone spat up blood and collapsed to the ground. Chupei then stylishly sheathed his sword. Minji instantly became a starstruck admirer. That was amazing, Lord Chupei. Chupei crouched down and stroked Minji's head. Are you alright? Did those bandits hurt you? Minji anxiously clutched at Chupei, saying, I'm fine. But Lishing is still in their hands. At these words, Chupei's eyes widened. Lishing. Minji turned and started to lead Chupei away. When Lishing and I were playing, we were captured by these bandits. They're holding Lishing hostage to threaten you. We need to hurry and save him. Chupei grabbed Minji's arm. Wait, it's too dangerous. You stay here. I'll go rescue Lishing. A voice called out, Father. Turning, they saw Lishing and Xingmu running towards them. Minji happily called out to Lishing, Lishing, you're all right. Lishing glared at her and pushed her away angrily. Go away. He then stood before Chupei, his head bowed like a child who had done wrong. Chupei embraced Lishing. Are you all right? Were you mistreated? Lishing replied, yes. Yes. They even hit me. It really hurt. This is all Minji's fault. I was captured by the bandits because of her. Minji angrily retorted, how is this my fault? If you hadn't revealed your identity, they wouldn't have bothered with us. With that, the two began to bicker. Chupei breathed a sigh of relief, watching them with amusement. At that moment, Xingmu showed Chupei a burnt branch. Chupei looked at the branch and asked, what's this? Why are the burn marks? Lishing explained, these are marks that Minji secretly left. I followed them all the way to find Lishing. I heard that Minji deliberately led the bandits away, saving Lishing from having his hand chopped off. Chupei thought to himself, as expected of the child of a sacred beast, brave, resourceful, and calm under pressure. He then asked Xingmu, did you encounter any danger? Xingmu politely replied, thanks to the swordsmanship Father taught me, it was quite easy. Chupei proudly put his hand on Xingmu's shoulder. Well done. As an older brother, you are stronger than anyone. You have earned your father's approval. Xingmu smiled happily. He then addressed Xingmu and Lishing. It'll be dark soon if you keep fighting. You must be hungry. Let's go back and have a good meal. Lishing said, don't give her any food. She's a bad person. Minji retorted, even if you eat a lot, you're still just a glutton. The scene shifted to dinner time. Lishing immediately grabbed 2 dishes, drooling. All these delicious foods are mine. Minji grabbed his hand, which was holding the chicken, and yelled, hey, what am I supposed to eat if you take everything? This is all mine. Lishing pouted. Who are you? I don't know you. Go away. The family was happily together. Xingmu looked happily at Chupei. It hasn't been this lively since you may left. Chupei listened, lost in thought. Meanwhile, Lishing stuck his tongue out at Minji. Huh, I won't let you eat. Minji angrily pinched his face. Ouch, you're disgusting. Chupei couldn't help but laugh at this scene. He clapped his hands. All right, I've decided. Hearing Chupei speak, the two who were fighting stopped and looked at him. Chupei extended his hand towards Minji. Minji, be my daughter. Take my surname, Chun. Minji looked at Chupei, her face lighting up with joy. Really? I can be Lord Chupei's daughter. Does that mean I can live here forever? She thought to herself, my dream has come true. I can stay by Lord Chupei's side. Lishing immediately shouted no. Minji quickly stuffed a chicken leg into Lishing's mouth. She stuffed another chicken leg into his mouth and said triumphantly, don't talk. Eat your chicken. Eat more. Chupei and Xingmu looked at this scene awkwardly. That night, lying in bed, Minji thought, Chupei's daughter. I'm not dreaming, am I? She then turned on her side. Good night, Lord Chupei. After a while, Minji drifted off to sleep. In her dream, Minji found herself in an unfamiliar place. She then discovered that Chupei was dead. A man slowly walked towards her. You thought becoming the Prince of Jing's daughter would save you from death. I've already wiped out the Prince of Jing's entire family. Now it's your turn. Minji stared at him in shock. Chen Huiming. Then, Chen Huiming lunged at Minji like a demon. Minji woke up from her nightmare with a start. She looked around. It was just a dream. Holding my forehead, I thought about all the recent events. I almost forgot about the real protagonist of this world, the tyrant Chen Huiming. 10 years later, Prince Huiming unexpectedly becomes the Emperor Dashuan. After his ascension, Chen Huiming tyrannizes the people with cruel torture and wanton killings. Externally, he conquers cities and territories with relentless fervor. A true tyrant. Just thinking about it makes me want to scream. I can't accept this ending. That's why I raged at the author and then transmigrated into the comic. I checked my hand. I was born in the year of the rat. It's now the 19th year of the Jing Emperor's reign. In 10 years, Chen Huiming will ascend the throne. I must stop him from becoming a tyrant before the tragedy unfolds. I, Chun Minji, swear to heaven that I will tame the tyrant and protect my family. The next morning, Lord Chupei was instructing Lushing and the others. He lifted Lushing's wrist and said, "Keep your arm raised, don't relax." Minji happily waved to Chupei. Lord Chupei, seeing her still address him formally, asked him, "What did you call me?" Minji awkwardly scratched her head and laughed. "Father." Lushing angrily said to her, "Be quiet. We're practicing our swordsmanship." Chupei crouched down and asked, "What's wrong, little Minji?" "I want to enter the Imperial Academy to study." Upon hearing this, Chupei was taken aback. "You want to enter the palace?" Minji firmly replied, "Yes." Chupei immediately refused. "No, you cannot enter the palace. You possess the power of the sacred beast. I can't lose another daughter." Minji immediately knelt down. "I absolutely will not let anyone discover I have the power of the sacred beast. And the reason I want to study in the palace is to save you, father. If I don't intervene, we will all die tragically." Chupei was stunned. "Save me? Why? Why will we all die tragically?" Lushing and Xingmu also stopped their practice and looked over. Minji thought for a moment. "There's no other way. It seems I have to give some spoilers." She began, because 10 years later, Chun Huiming will ascend the throne and become a tyrant, and we will be slaughtered and our family exterminated. Chupei, after hearing this, awkwardly said, "Did you say something just now? I couldn't understand your words." Lushing scoffed. "She must have eaten poisonous mushrooms. They've made her stupid. I told you she was a fool." Xingmu added, rather than words, it sounded like strange gibberish. Minji was shocked that they couldn't understand. She tried again. "I'm talking about the future. Chun Huiming will become emperor and order us all killed." Chupei awkwardly turned to Xingmu. "I still don't understand." Xingmu replied, "I don't understand either." Minji was perplexed. Why couldn't they understand? Was it because she was revealing future events? Lushing pushed Minji and said, "Father, quickly get this fool out of the manor. Once mushrooms start growing on her head, it'll be too late. She'll infect us all." Minji retorted angrily, "Don't push me. I didn't eat any poisonous mushrooms. I'm talking about something important." Just then, Chupei said, "I understand what you're saying now." Minji suddenly realized, "I understand. Whenever I reveal the future of this world's characters, my voice gets blocked." "Okay, I'll try one last time." She shouted, "Chun Huiming will become a tyrant and order the extermination of Prince Jin's entire family." "I still can't understand." Xingmu pondered for a moment. Perhaps Sister Minji really did eat some strange, poisonous mushrooms. She's caught a strange illness, which is why she's making such strange noises. Minji angrily refuted, "No, I didn't. Don't talk nonsense." It seemed revealing the future was impossible. They couldn't understand it all. Minji turned and hugged Chupei's leg. "Please, father, please." Chupei, looking at the adorable Minji, blushed slightly. The previous episode ended with Minji clinging to Chupei's leg, acting spoiled. Chupei stroked Minji's head and said, "I can promise you anything. Whatever you want, I'm willing to give you. Really anything, except entering the palace." Minji tried to reason, but father. Chupei interrupted her. "That's enough. Minji, don't mention entering the palace again." Lushing laughed. "Ha ha, father has spoken. It looks like you'll never enter the palace." Suddenly, Lushing noticed Minji crying. He quickly panicked and said, "Don't cry, don't cry. It's not fun if you cry." A while later, Minji sat sadly by the river. "What should I do? If I can't enter the palace, I won't be able to stop Hui Ming from becoming tyrant." Two figures were reflected on the river's surface. Lushing smiled. "You're good at hiding. You didn't come to eat, afraid we wouldn't be able to find you. Are you hungry enough to catch frogs to eat?" Minji glared at him. Xingmu handed her a steamed bun. "Hungry. I don't want to eat." Lushing snatched the bun. "I'll have it then." Directly shoves it into his mouth. "Even if you're unhappy, you still have to eat." Then pulls Minji up. Xingmu says there are celebratory activities tonight. "Let's go take a look." Lushing agrees, saying, "Let's go, let's go. Catching frogs is so boring. Let's go have some real fun." After a while, they arrive at the market. Minji observes the market is so lively. What celebratory activities? Isn't this just a night market like in the real world? There's no difference at all. Lushing runs straight into the market. "Good food, fun things, here I come." Meanwhile, Xingmu and Minji sit at a pavilion eating cotton candy. Minji speaks up, "Big brother, is there really no way for me to enter the palace to study?" Chupei replies, "Minji, don't resent father. If he loses another daughter because of the sacred beast power, he truly won't be able to bear it. As long as I don't use the sacred beast power, no one will find out," Minji argues. Xingmu says, "Father also warned Yunmei not to use the sacred beast power. But can you guarantee that you absolutely won't use it? Even if you're pushed to your limit, even even if you're driven to desperation. Minji responds dejectedly, I don't know. I just want my favorite Chupei to have a happy ending. So, Xingmu continues, only by resolving father's worries will you have a chance to study in the palace. Minji thinks, father treats me like Yunmei. He's afraid I'll encounter danger in the palace. But I need to tell him that I'm me. I'm Mingye. I can protect myself. Xingmu asks, so what are you going to do? Minji is momentarily disheartened. I haven't figured it out yet. Then Xingmu says, I actually have an idea. Minji immediately perks up and shakes him excitedly. Tell me. Xingmu explains, father had a close friend in the army, a top-level sorcerer who specialized in developing sacred beast powers. Sacred beast powers, when developed through sorcery, have unlimited potential. If you can skillfully conceal your sacred beast power, using it discreetly without being detected, you can definitely alleviate father's concerns. For example, Xingmu continues, after training, you could secretly light this lantern instead of setting it on fire. That way, no one would know you use your sacred beast power. Minji suddenly understands, right? Concealing the sacred beast power. How could I forget? In the original story, after the children of the sacred beast developed their powers through sorcery, their abilities became incredibly diverse. They could not only transform into the sacred beast, but also control the 5 elements. It's not just about setting things on fire. Then she says, this method might actually work. She then grabs Xingmu's hand. Thank you, big brother. You're the best big brother. Father, why? Why couldn't we protect you, May? If only we were stronger. If only we could have protected her. Father wouldn't be in so much pain. It's all my fault. I didn't protect her, and that's why father is suffering so much. Minji puts her hands on her hips and declares, I've decided. When we get back, I'll go find father. I have to prove to him that I can conceal my sacred beast power. I can protect myself. Xingmu looks at Minji with relief. She really is different from Yunmei. Lixing, eating skewers, says, Hey, what are you two still doing here? Come and play. I can't handle all this fun by myself. He then grabs Minji's hand and starts running. Hurry. They arrive at a mask stall. Lixing picks up a mask and puts it on Xingmu. Lixing and Minji burst into laughter. Next, they play fishing games and claw machines. Lixing and Minji laugh happily, holding their prizes. Minji, hugging her toys, says to Lixing, I won so many plushies. Lixing replies excitedly, Haha, but I want even more. Suddenly, a group of horses rushes in, someone yelling, out of the way, everyone. Clear the way. The child at the front shouts, arrogantly, what a bunch of scurrying rats. At that moment, Minji is standing in the middle of the road. Lixing yells, Minji, look out. Minji is startled and pulls on the reins to stop the horses. Lixing throws himself in front of Minji. They tumble to the ground with a thud. Minji asks, Lixing, are you all right? What were you doing spacing out in the middle of the road? The little brat angrily shouts, you wretched things. You 2 blind rats almost killed me. Minji thinks, he's Chun Yuerwei, the 5th prince. In the original story, he bullied the male protagonist, Hui Ming, relentlessly since childhood, which contributed to Hui Ming's twisted personality. I didn't expect to run into him here. The 5th prince yells, why aren't you bowing? You saw this prince and didn't move. Everyone else moved aside. Are you blind? Or were you trying to harm me? Minji retorted, there are so many people at this celebration, and you're riding around recklessly. Do you have any sense of public decency? Look at the trouble you've caused. The 5th prince, Chunyue, tightened his grip on his whip angrily. You filthy dog. A cockroach-eating rat like you dares to call me names. Do you want a whipping? Get on your knees before me. Minji clenched her fists in anger. I wish I could have beaten this ill-mannered brat to death right then and there. No, I can't use my fire and wind powers. If they're discovered, everything will be ruined. Lixing stepped in front of Minji and said, Stop it, Chunyue. Don't bully my sister. Oh, it's Lixing. Didn't your sister die? Where did this one come from? Lixing replied, You wouldn't understand. I'm not going to explain it to you. Chunyue, if you have the guts, let's have a one-on-one. Stop bullying my sister. The 5th prince threw his whip to the ground. Come on then. Come on. Who's afraid of you? At this moment, a guard yelled, Stop. Prince Yuerwei is a son of the emperor. You are merely the son of a prince. How dare you raise a hand against an imperial prince? Lixing looked confused. We can't even have a duel. Suddenly, the 5th prince punched Lixing. He said with a cruel smile, Got you. I win. Lixing, furious, was about to strike back. Hey, you cheated. That doesn't count. I'm going to kill you. Just then, a A hand grabbed Lishing. Chupei said, "Come back here. Don't be disrespectful." Lishing shouted, "Brother." He started it. He was being unreasonable. He almost hurt Minji just now. Chupei winked at Lishing. "All right, calm down. I'll handle this." Then, bowing to the fifth prince, he said, "My apologies, fifth prince. My younger brother and sister were being impolite. Please forgive them." The fifth prince said arrogantly, "Finally, someone who knows how to behave. Your brother and sister almost knocked me over. That's a serious offense. I'll be sure to report this to my father." After finishing his reprimand, he turned and left. "Consider yourself lucky. Tell your brother and sister to behave themselves in the future. And don't get in my way." It was the fifth prince. Minji and Lishing watched as the fifth prince, Chun Yuerue, departed. Lishing pointed after him and said, "Brother, why were you so polite to him? Are we just going to let him bully us?" Chupei gave a sinister smile. "Haha, no one bullies my family and gets away with it. I'm going to make that little brat cry for his mommy. He'll be begging for mercy." Minji looked on in shock. Her brother had turned dark. Lishing, hearing this, was delighted. "Oh, brother, have you come up with a good plan?" The scene then shifted to a candy vendor's stall. A child was waiting for a candy figurine. Suddenly, a voice shouted, "Get out of the way." Then a hand yanked him aside. The child clung to his father, crying. The father yelled at them, "Are you crazy? We were here first." Hearing this, a guard menacingly drew his sword. "What did you say?" The two were frightened and ran off. The surrounding crowd and the father and son quickly fled. The fifth prince said forcefully to the candy vendor, "Old way, make me a Sun Wukong." The old man, startled, quickly replied, "Yes, yes." At that moment, Chupei suddenly appeared behind the guard and called out to him. Meanwhile, Lishing also approached and called out to the fifth prince. Minji, hiding nearby, peeked out to observe the situation, waiting for the right moment. While they were distracted, she snuck behind the fifth prince, took out a packet of powder, and poured it into his ice cream. Then she brushed glue onto his stool. After completing her work, she signaled to Lishing that everything was ready. Lishing quickly turned and left. "Gotta go." Seeing his brother leave, Chupei also quickly excused himself. The guard looked at him, puzzled. Meanwhile, the fifth prince sat down on the glue-covered stool and started eating his ice cream. He urged, "Hey, is it ready yet?" The old man, frightened, quickly sped up his work. "Almost done, almost done." The fifth prince ate one mouthful after another. Finally, a handsome Sun Wukong figurine was complete. The fifth prince reached out to take it. Suddenly, he flinched. Clutching his stomach, he said with a pained expression, "Ow, my stomach. It hurts so much." He said to his guard, "Quick, take me to the restroom. My stomach is killing me." But when he tried to stand, he found he couldn't. His pants were stuck. The guard quickly tried to help him. The fifth prince, writhing in pain, had no patience. "Hurry up, I can't take it anymore." The guard grabbed the stool and pulled hard, but it was stuck fast. The fifth prince roared, "Well, do something. Are you useless?" Then the guard had an idea. "Should we just take your pants off?" The fifth prince immediately let out a loud fart. "If I have to walk through the night market with my bare ass showing, you're asking for it." He then ripped another foul-smelling fart. His face contorted. No, I can't hold it. Quickly, take me somewhere private." A guard immediately hoisted the fifth prince onto his shoulder and ran towards a deserted area. Just then, someone threw a watermelon rind in their path. The guard stepped on it and lost his footing. He slipped and fell to the ground with a thud. The fifth prince was so angry he wanted to kill someone. He let out another earth-shattering fart. "Help! My stomach is going to explode." The guard panicked. "Just take your pants off. There's no time." The fifth prince resigned his fate, said, "Fine, I'll take them off. But you have to take yours off too." The guard burst into tears. I have to take mine off too." The fifth prince ended up wearing the guard's pants, while the guard shyly covered himself with his jacket. The onlookers roared with laughter. "This is too funny. I can't stop laughing. I told you he'd be humiliated." "Ha, served him right." Chupei was anxiously awaiting Minji's return. He felt a pang of guilt. Had he been too harsh on her earlier? He recalled his callous rejection. He quickly asked Fu Bo, "Minji isn't going to run away from home, is she?" Fu Bo sighed. "My lord, as I just told you, Miss Minji went shopping with Xingmu and Yueshan. They're already on their way back." Hearing this, Chupei could only wait. After a while, Chupei saw the three of them return, hand in hand, laughing happily. He realized he hadn't seen Minji smile so genuinely in a long time. Xingmu bowed to their father. "Father, we're back." Minji presented a mask to her father. "I brought you a fun mask." Chupei accepted it with a happy expression, but then Minji said, "Father, I have something to tell you." Yuesheng immediately tried to eavesdrop. "What is it? I want to hear too." Xingmu pulled him away. "It's none of your business. Don't cause trouble. Come on, let's go inside." "Hey, don't pull me. I am curious." After they left, Minji said resolutely, "Father, even though I have the sacred beast power, I am still myself. I'm not like Jiyan. I want to cultivate my sacred beast power and learn to protect myself. I won't let that tragedy happen again." Chupei was taken aback. "You want to cultivate your sacred beast power, but I know a friend who can help unlock the potential of the sacred beast power." "How did you know? Who told you?" Minji looked embarrassed. "It wasn't Xingmu. I just blurted it out." Chupei was instantly angry. "That's Xingmu." Meanwhile, Xingmu sneezed. "What was that?" "Father, I know you might not be able to decide right now, but I won't give up. I want you to believe that I can protect myself." Chupei gently stroked Minji's head. "You're my daughter. Of course, I believe you. Tomorrow, I'll take you to see that person." Minji huget Chupei et siten li. "Thank you, father. I'm so happy." Chupei felt a surge of happiness. "It seems I was wrong. She's not Yun'er, nor is she a replacement for Yun'er." The next day, they arrived at a thatched hut in the mountains. Chupei led Minji to the front of the hut. "We're here." Minji, seeing the surroundings, Minji exclaimed, "Wow, this place looks like a secluded master lies here." Chupei knocked on the door a few times. It creaked open. A man asked, "Who is it?" "It's Chupei." "Su Jianzhen." Chupei greeted him cheerfully. Seeing him, Su Chongging's expression darkened, and he immediately tried to slam the door shut. "Go away, Chupei." Chupei stopped the door with his hand. "I haven't even said anything yet. Don't be so heartless. We're comrades who faced life and death together." Su Chongging glared at him. "Every time you show up, it's because you've gotten yourself into some mess. Just ask what you want." Minji looked at Su Chongging with admiration. "So this is Master Chongging." When they were younger, Master Chongging and father were comrades in the army. Although they bickered on the surface, their bond was genuine and strong. Chongging wouldn't go looking for him. "Stop lying. Every time you say it's a small matter, it ends up being either a ghost-possessed dirty secretary, a mutated monster, or nearly dying saving people from a flood. Leave me alone." Chupei quickly explained that this time was different. "It's my daughter who wants to ask you for help." Hearing this, Chongging became even angrier. "Truly shameless, using your daughter's name to deceive me." Suddenly, a small hand grabbed Chongging's clothes. "Father isn't lying. It really is me asking for your help." Su Chongging was startled. "You're Chupei's daughter." "My name is Minji." Seeing such an adorable little girl, Su Chongging blushed slightly. "Chupei huget Minji. Isn't she cute? She really is my daughter." Su Chongging turned around and said, "For your daughter's sake, come in." Chupei said excitedly, "You're amazing. He's usually not this easy to talk to." "Haha, is it really because of me?" Arriving in the back courtyard, Chupei said, "Chongging, please teach my daughter the techniques for using sacred beast power." Chongging roared angrily, "You have the nerve to say that. You know full well that mastering sacred beast power requires using extremely cruel techniques to develop the body first." Chupei said seriously, "I know, but only by mastering sacred beast power can my daughter protect herself." Minji also said, "I know that too. I'm not afraid." Su Chongging's expression darkened. "But I am. 10 years ago, 7 children died during the technique development process." A man pointed at Su Chongging and yelled, "The Emperor is furious. If we fail again, none of us will survive. Bring the remaining 4 test subjects for development immediately." "Hey, Chongging, did you hear me? Go get the test subjects." Su Chongging angrily blew air at him. The man, touching his slapped face, yelled, "You bastard. What's wrong with you? Are you rebelling?" Su Chongging angrily replied, "They are living people, not test subjects, not numbers. This isn't failure, it's murder." The man retorted furiously, "Bullshit. You've got a death wish, don't you?" Su Chongging turned and walked away. "Let me die then. I'm not doing this kind of thing anymore. It's thanks to Prince Jean, Chupei, speaking up for me and pleading my case that I was able to leave the army alive. If it weren't to repay this favor, I wouldn't be helping you with these insane things." Su Chongging said sternly, "No matter how crazy it is, I'll risk my life for you. But developing sacred beast power is an exception. So please go back, Chupei. I cannot comply with this request." Minji grabbed Su Chongging's clothes and said cutely, "Master Chongging, can't you do it for me?" Su Chongging couldn't resist such an adorable plea. But, so that no one else dies because of the technique development, he said firmly, "No, no matter who asks." Minji looked dejected. "Even if you don't agree today, I'll come back tomorrow. I will definitely change your mind Master Chang'ing. Then, Chu Pei placed his hand on Minji's shoulder and said, "No, we're not going back. If you don't agree, we'll stay here. I'll live here until you agree." Chang'ing roared angrily, a dignified prince acting so shamelessly. But Chu Pei ignored him. He said to Minji, "But this place is too simple. It's not enough for us to live in. I'll have someone build a row of houses." Minji replied happily, "Yes, yes. Let's bring Yuesheng and Xingmu here to live with us too. There's a bamboo forest here. Let's cut it all down to build houses." Su Chang'ing, listening to them from behind, was about to explode with anger. He yelled at them, "Enough. Are you trying to drive me crazy?" Minji and Chu Pei snickered to themselves. The plan was working. Su Chang'ing's feelings were incredibly complicated at this moment. "You play, go back home. Leave your daughter here." Minji's face lit up with excitement. "You agreed. Master Chang'ing, the technique development will be very painful. Be prepared." Minji had known this from the beginning. Chu Pei stroked Minji's head and said, "If you really can't bear it, come home. You've already been very brave." Minji nodded obediently. The next day, Su Chang'ing said to Minji, "All right, assume the 5 centers facing heaven posture. The 5 centers are the palms of your hands, the soles of your feet, and the center of your chest. 5 centers facing heaven is the posture for drawing in the energy of heaven and earth. Swallow this pill. After swallowing the pill, your body will completely relax and enter a meditative state. I will then channel spiritual energy into your pressure points. After the infusion, the spiritual energy will circulate, repeatedly washing through your meridians, refining your body, and finally gathering in your dantian. This process is extremely painful. Many children of sacred beasts can't even withstand the first stage and die from bleeding from their 7 orifices." Minji, who was about to take the pill, suddenly stopped. "It's too big." Moreover, Su Chang'ing, thinking Minji feared the pain, said, "It's not too late to back out now. I've seen how Chu Pei looked when he lost a loved one. I never want to see that again. That's why I refused you yesterday. In short, after taking this pill, you might die here." Minji firmly replied, "No, I won't die. I will always be my father's daughter. This is my destiny." She then swallowed the pill. Su Jianzhen Sai Hao Be. "Since you're determined, let's begin." After he channeled the Yuanlin energy, Minji, who should have been in pain, felt a warm sensation in her dantian. "It feels so good," she said. "It's like a constant flow of true energy circulating through my body and converging in my dantian. Is this the sacred beast power? I feel refreshed and full of strength." Su Chang'ing looked puzzled. She wasn't experiencing any pain. Not only is she pain-free during the cultivation process, but she's also as comfortable as a fish in water. "This is the first time I've seen this. Truly remarkable. Could she be the chosen one?" Time passed slowly. Minji gradually opened her eyes. Su Chang'ing said, "Come try it." Minji then circulated the Yuanlin energy throughout her body. Her face showed surprise. "Is this the sacred beast power?" Su Chang'ing explained, "Your body has an extremely high affinity with the sacred beast power. There's no rejection, which is incredibly rare. Your aptitude is 1 in 10,000. Minji's face lit up with excitement. "So I'm really that powerful." Su Chang'ing took Minji's hand and said, "Channeling the energy is just the beginning. In the days to come, we will continue to develop your sacred beast power. Be prepared. The sacred beast power is not just about lighting lamps remotely. It has countless other uses." Minji beamed with joy. She couldn't wait. A month later, after training her sacred beast power, Minji could now light lamps remotely. As she was about to light the last lamp, Minji realized, "No, if I light all the lanterns effortlessly, it will reveal how strong my sacred beast power is. Father will worry again. I can't show my true strength." She then pretended to struggle. The last lamp remained unlit. Sweating profusely, she said, "It's a shame I couldn't light the last lantern." Chu Pei knelt down and wiped the sweat from Minji's forehead. "To be able to do this in just a month, you've done very well. Let's go home." Turning to Su Chang'ing, he took his arm and said, "Thank you." Su Chang'ing angrily brushed him off. "Cut the act. Just go, and don't come back. I won't open the door. Except for your daughter, of course." Minji happily took Su Chang'ing's hand. "I'll definitely be back, master." Chu Pei then led Minji away on horseback. Minji said to Chu Pei, "Father, I can now conceal my sacred beast power. Can we attack now?" "Of course," he replied. Minji smiled slyly. "Finally, I can meet Chen Huiming. I will tame you, future tyrant." In the cold palace of the imperial palace, the fifth prince held firecrackers, a wicked smile on his face. He said to Qin Huiming, "Sixth brother, I bought a lot of firecrackers at the festival market. Come play with me." He lit a firecracker and threw it directly at Qin Huiming. Crackle, crackle, boom. Qin Huiming suffered several burns. The fifth prince, becoming more and more excited, laughed. "Ha ha, don't hide. Come play." Qin Huiming, injured by the firecrackers, fell to the ground. Seeing him fall, the fifth prince said maliciously, "Who told you to lie down? I'm not done playing yet." Qin Huiming glared at him angrily and raised his hand. Unexpectedly, the firecracker flew back towards the fifth prince. With a loud crack, his hair caught fire. A guard, seeing this, cried out in alarm, "Fire! Fire!" The guards quickly patted out the flames. The fifth prince wailed, "It hurts. It hurts." After a while, the fire was finally extinguished. His hair was completely singed. Qin Huiming chuckled softly. This enraged the already injured fifth prince. "Arg, you dare laugh at me? You, a lowly dog from the cold palace, dare laugh at me? Hold him down." In the next moment, Qin Huiming was pinned firmly to the ground. The fifth prince began to kick and punch him. "Keep laughing. Come on, laugh." Qin Huiming, covered in injuries, could not fight back. Then the fifth prince turned and left. "Sixth brother, I'll come play with you again next time. Just you wait." "Ha ha." The fifth prince glared back at him, clenching his fists. A few days later, Chu Pei brought them to the Dragon Boat Festival celebration. Ming Yi looked at the enormous palace and exclaimed, "So this is the palace where Qin Huiming lives. It's truly magnificent, but he's currently suffering in the cold palace." Ming Yi asked Chu Pei, "Father, what are we doing in the palace today?" "Today, the palace is holding the Dragon Boat Festival celebration. All the royal relatives and nobles will enter the palace to pay their respects to His Majesty and the Empress Dowager." Ming Yi was startled. The Dragon Boat Festival. In the original comic, Huimin is poisoned at the Dragon Boat Festival. The mastermind behind is Emperor Zuyu Rui's mother, consort Jing Huimin. Although Huimin wasn't poisoned to death, the toxin remained permanently in his body, constantly tormenting him and causing a drastic change in his personality. This poisoning is the turning point where Huimin becomes a tyrant. "I can't let Huimin get poisoned. I have to save him." Chu Pei said to Chao Xian, "The palace is crowded and chaotic. It's Ming Ye's first time in the palace. You must keep an eye on her." Yi Sheng chimed in, widening her eyes with her hands. "Don't worry, father. I'm here too. I'll keep a close watch on this country bumpkin." In the next second, Ming Yi disappeared. Chu Pei sighed this child. Chao Xian immediately turned to look for her. Ming Yi called out to her father, "Don't worry, father. I'll go right away." Ming Yusheng shouted after her, "Big sister, wait for me." A while later, the celebration officially began. The Empress Dowager raised her hand and said, "Serve you Yuan sweet soup." Palace maids and guards then brought out the sweet soup. A maid nervously carried a bowl of sweet soup. Meanwhile, Ming Yi found a location where Huimin would be poisoned, the courtyard of Gui Hua Palace. Seeing the guards at the entrance, she wondered how to get in. She spotted a large tree nearby. "I've got it." Finally, the sweet soup was presented to Qin Huiming. The maid trembled nervously, a triumphant look on her face. "Drink, sixth prince. This is the sweet soup I specially prepared for you." Ming Yi, perched in the tree, watched as the maid held out the sweet soup. This is it. This is the scene where Huimin is poisoned in the original story. It's time to show my sacred beast power. Sacred beast power can heat things remotely. The bowl of sweet soup offered to Qin Huiming suddenly became very hot. The maid, scalded, dropped the bowl. It shattered with a crash. Consort Jing and the Empress Dowager were startled. The fifth prince feigned concern. Qin Huiming looked at him in confusion. Consort Jing stood up furiously, pointing and yelling, "You damned wretch. Look what you've done." The maid frantically cowed out. "Please forgive me, Your Highness. The soup suddenly became so hot. That's why I dropped it." Consort Jing was even angrier at her excuse. "Nonsense. It's sweet soup. How could it be hot? I think you don't want to live anymore. This servant wouldn't dare lie to Your Highness." The Empress Dowager said to Consort Jing wearily, "Today is the Dragon Boat Festival. There's no need for such a commotion over a bowl of soup. Just bring another bowl." Consort Jing quickly bowed. "As you say, Empress Dowager, it was my mistake." Ming Yi smiled to herself. "I destroyed the poisoned sweet soup without anyone noticing. This sacred beast power is so useful." At that moment, Qin Huiming noticed someone in the distant tree. He wondered who it was. Ming Yi made a drinking motion, then a gesture indicating death. Qin Huiming was puzzled. What is she doing? Ming Yi quickly waved, signaling him not to eat. But Chen Huiming didn't understand. Suddenly, she slipped and fell downwards. She landed on the ground with a thud and a scream. The guards were instantly alert. Who's there? Who's there? They went to investigate, but found no one. After the banquet, Chen Huiming was on his way back. He recalled the girl in the tree. It seemed she had something to tell him. Just then, the fifth prince suddenly appeared. You didn't drink the sweet soup earlier, did you? So I kindly brought you a bowl. He held a bowl with insects in it. I even added black sugar dumplings. It's very delicious. He then threw the insects into the soup. Chen Huiming angrily shouted, "To Hui, don't go too far." The fifth prince retorted, "You're the one who's going too far. I brought this for you out of the kindness of my heart." After saying this, the fifth prince pointed at him and roared, "What are you useless guards waiting for? Grab him and make him drink the soup." Seeing this, Chen Huiming turned and ran. The guards chased after him. Seeing him flee, the fifth prince yelled furiously, "Quickly, catch him. Don't let him get to a crowded area." Around the corner, Ming Yi walked over, looking puzzled. "Where is this? This place is huge. I need to get back." Meanwhile, Chen Huiming was running for his life. Just then, he noticed a girl ahead. Unable to stop in time, he crashed directly into her. Ming Yi landed on the ground with a thud. Ming Yi was shocked. "Isn't that Chen Huiming?" Chen Huiming stared at her. "Isn't that the girl from the tree just now?" The fifth prince, who had caught up, saw Ming Yi and exclaimed excitedly, "Ah, isn't that Yi Sheng's younger sister? Good job." He shouted to the guards, "Hold him down." In the next second, Chen Huiming was seized and couldn't move. He struggled. "Let me go." The fifth prince, looking triumphant, said, "What's the rush? You haven't had your sweet soup yet. It would be a shame to waste such delicious soup." He approached Chen Huiming's mouth. Seeing his lips tightly closed, the fifth prince became angry. "How am I supposed to feed him like this? Open his mouth." The guards immediately pinched his mouth open. Watching this scene, Ming Yi gritted her teeth. "There are bugs in the soup. That fifth prince is going too far." The fifth prince smirked. "Drink up, sixth brother." Just then, Ming Yi grabbed his wrist. Looking at the sweet soup as if it were delicious, she asked, "Is the sweet soup good? Can I have some?" The fifth prince angrily flung her aside. "Get lost. Don't touch me. Go away. Go away. Leave me alone." The three people behind them watched in surprise as they fought over the sweet soup. Seeing the opportunity, Ming Yi gave him a shove, causing the fifth prince to fall to the ground. The sweet soup spilled all over him. Previously, Ming Yi took the opportunity to push the sweet soup away. Unexpectedly, it spilled onto the fifth prince. The guards quickly helped the fifth prince up. Ming Yi whispered to Chen Huiming, "Run." Chen Huiming nodded and ran. Ming Yi pretended to be scared and pointed at the fifth prince. Oh no, oh no. I saw a big black bug crawl into your clothes." The fifth prince was shocked. "No way. Quickly, help me find the bug." Without thinking, a guard blurted out, "Take your clothes off so we can find it." The fifth prince kicked him. "Idiot, there's so many people here. You wanted to strip naked. Are you trying to kill me?" The embarrassed guard stammered, "All right, let's go back to the palace and check." They quickly ran off. Ming Yi watched them leave, a triumphant look on her face. She released the large black bug she had been holding. Just then, Chao Xian and Yi Sheng were standing behind her. Yi Sheng called out to Ming Yi, startling her. She laughed awkwardly. "You're here." Yi Sheng scolded her, "Don't run off like that. This is the Imperial Palace, not our backyard." Ming Yi replied sheepishly, "I won't do it again. I won't do it again." Chao Xian asked indulgently, "How was it? Did you have fun?" Ming Yi replied, "It was all right. That's good. Let's go. Father is waiting for us." Meanwhile, Chen Huiming stopped running. "No, I can't just leave her and run." He hurried back and saw Ming Yi leaving with others. Relieved, he wondered, why did she help me? A while later, Yi Sheng and the others found Chu Pei with Ming Yi. "Ming Yi confessit omesori. I used my sacred bee's power just now. Even though I hid it and no one noticed, Father will be worried." Chu Pei stroked her head. He comforted her. "No need to apologize. I trust you." Ming Yi was surprised. "Huh, you're not mad at me. I thought I would be scolded." Chu Pei handed her a book. "Here's today's assignment. There's also something else. Come with me to complete your enrollment. The Imperial Academy starts in 3 days." Ming Yi was thrilled. "Great, I can finally go to the Imperial Academy. Besi de her, ye shank groanit." What? School starts in 3 days. Oh dear, my head is starting to hurt. Back in the Gue Hua Palace, Consort Jing viciously stomped on a maid's hand. "Useless thing. You can't even hold a bowl of soup properly." "Useless thing. You can't even hold a bowl of soup properly." The maid's hands trembled as she pleaded for mercy, her face streaming with tears. At this moment, the head eunuch, Li Onhai, intervened. "Your Highness, Even if you crush her hands now, it won't change anything. Consort Jing retorted, what? Are you suggesting I spare her? Keeping her alive is a liability. If word of poisoning the sixth prince gets out, it will be a disaster. Let this old servant deal with her. Your Highness, please spare yourself and don't get your hands dirty. Hearing this, the maid frantically grabbed Consort Jing's robes. Your Highness, please don't kill me. I won't say anything. Consort Jing flung her aside. She said coldly, dispose of her cleanly. Don't dirty my palace. Then, turning to Leon Hai, she commanded, the sixth prince must be eliminated as soon as possible. No more mistakes. As you command. 3 days later, the Imperial Academy tutor was lecturing. Yi Sheng sat with her chin in her hand, a pained expression on her face. Her head always ached when she studied. Meanwhile, Ming Yi looked around but didn't see Chen Huiming. She called out to the tutor, Tutor, it's the first day of the term. Why isn't the sixth prince, Chen Huiming, here? The tutor gave an awkward laugh. I don't know. Ming Yi suddenly remembered that in the original story, Chen Huiming was always confined to the cold palace. No one cared about him, and no one cared if he attended classes. Overhearing this, the fifth prince scoffed, that brat is still stuck in the cold palace, left out in the cold. How could he possibly come to the Imperial Academy? They call him a prince, but he's just a motherless waste. The fifth prince's lackey snickered beside him. Ming Yi glared angrily at the fifth prince. That little jerk deserves a beating. If it weren't for him and Consort Jing's constant torment, Chen Huiming's childhood wouldn't have been so miserable and his personality wouldn't be so twisted. Seeing her glare, the fifth prince became irritated. What are you looking at? Hey, I'm talking to you. Where are you going? Seeing her leave, the tutor called out, class is in session. You can't leave. The fifth prince asked his lackey, that person is so rude. What's their name? Chen Mingye. Prince Jing recently adopted her. The fifth prince sneered, another motherless brat. No wonder she's so ill-mannered. Hearing someone insult her sister, Yi Sheng stood up. Hey, what did you just call my sister? The fifth prince glared menacingly. What do you want? Are you itching for a fight? Yi Sheng. Bring on. Seeing that Chen Huiming hadn't come to class, Ming Yi went directly to the academy supervisor to inquire. The supervisor smiled. Are you Miss Ming Yi? He thought to himself, such an imposing presence for someone Prince Jing adopted from the common folk. Ming Yi asked, may I ask why the sixth prince, Huiming, isn't here at the Imperial Academy? The supervisor answered awkwardly. Enrollment requires proper documentation and procedures. No one has handled these matters for the sixth prince. In truth, he had accepted a bribe to prevent Chen Huiming from attending. Consort Jing had already sent someone to ensure the sixth prince wouldn't be admitted. Ming Yi persisted. Then please, supervisor, send a request to the inner palace to have someone handle the enrollment procedures for Huiming. He is a prince, yet no one seems to care that he isn't attending classes. This is the Imperial Academy's responsibility. The supervisor hadn't expected such boldness from someone so young. This isn't something you need to concern yourself with. You're just Prince Jing's adopted daughter. You should consider yourself lucky to even be here at the Imperial Academy. How dare you question me, the Academy supervisor? Even true royalty can't deal with me. What makes you think you, a commoner adoptee, can? Ming Yi was taken aback by the supervisor's arrogance. She declared firmly, I am Lord Chu Pei's daughter, not some peasant girl. The supervisor scoffed, how laughable. You really think you're royalty? The next moment, Chu Pei stood before Ming Yi. He glared at the supervisor and barked, Academy supervisor. The supervisor jumped, startled, and quickly rose to bow. Your Highness, Prince Jing. Chu Pei was furious. He wouldn't even scold his own daughter, yet this outsider dared to speak to her this way. He scowled. Do you have a death wish? How dare you speak to my daughter like that? The supervisor broke out in a cold sweat, stammering in fear. Ming Ye's eyes lit up with excitement. Father, what are you doing here? Chu Pei's expression softened as he stroked her head. It's your first day, and I was worried. I came to check on you. I didn't expect to see such an impudent fool. The supervisor was petrified, unable to speak. Since I have adopted her, regardless of her birth, she is royalty. Whether or not she is a royal relative is not for you to decide. Disrespecting the royal family. Do you know what the punishment is? Ming Yi raised her hand. Death. In the next instant, a blade appeared before the supervisor's face. Sobbing and pleading Prince Jing, have mercy. I dare not do it again. I will never disrespect young Miss Mingyi again. Chu Pei sheathed his sword. If there's a next time, you'll lose your head. Why, yes, I understand. Mingyi pointed at Supervisor Lin. Father, why wouldn't he proactively enroll the sixth prince? Even though the sixth prince is confined to the cold palace, he is still a prince. The supervisor knows the sixth prince hasn't been attending classes and does nothing. Isn't this also disrespecting the royal family? Chu Pei looked at Supervisor Lin. Supervisor Lin, what do you have to say? Supervisor Lin, fearing he couldn't escape, picked up a book and pretended to read. It's a misunderstanding. A huge misunderstanding. I was just about to personally go find the sixth prince to arrange his entrance examination. Mingyi extended her hand towards him. Then there's no need to trouble the supervisor. I'll go to the cold palace and bring the sixth prince here. Supervisor Lin, embarrassed, stammered, that wouldn't be appropriate, would it? Chu Pei smiled. Whatever Mingyi says goes. Do you have any objections? No. How would this lowly one dare object? Then I'll have a trouble Miss Mingyi with this task. He then handed the necessary documents to Mingyi. Mingyi accepted them. It's a small matter, father. I'll go to the cold palace and bring the sixth prince back. Chu Pei handed Mingyi his token. Take my pass. Be careful on your way. Mingyi took the token and waved to Chu Pei. After bidding farewell to Chu Pei, Mingyi went to the cold palace alone. She found it was quite large and didn't know where Chen Huiming resided. Then she noticed someone up ahead. Looking closely, she realized it was Li Anming. Li Anming was the son of the head eunuch, Li Anhai, and exercised his father's authority. He was the one constantly bullying Huiming in the cold palace. I didn't expect that pest to be here in the cold palace too. He must be going after Huiming. Meanwhile, Chen Huiming sat alone outside. Listening to the commotion outside, he remembered that it was the start of the Imperial Academy term. But that had nothing to do with him. Who is that young lady? She seems to be arguing with someone. It's a pity this is the cold palace. No one will help. He sighed, except for those annoying fellows. His stomach grumbled. Chen Huiming felt very hungry. The next moment, the door clicked open. Li Anming entered with a sinister smile. Sixth Prince, fancy meeting you here. Chen Huiming glared at him. What do you want? Li Anming gestured to the food box beside him. Today, the Buddhist temple held a prayer ceremony. The Empress Dowager bestowed longevity buns on all the princes. He signaled to the maid beside him. The maid immediately picked up a longevity bun and offered it to Chen Huiming. Chen Huiming's eyes narrowed suspiciously. Although I'm hungry, I don't believe you. You never let me eat my fill. Why would you suddenly be so kind as to bring me food? You old turtle must be up to no good. I'm not eating it. Li Anming smirked. Sixth Prince, I'm afraid you don't have a choice. This is a gift from the Empress Dowager. Even the Emperor would accept it with respect, let alone a prince. I still won't eat it. What can you do to me? Li Anming cracked his knuckles. Then this old servant will have to personally feed the sixth prince. He turned and signaled to the guard. The guard immediately grabbed Chen Huiming. He picked up the longevity bun. Whether you like it or not is irrelevant to me. These are the Empress Dowager's orders. This old servant is merely following them. So, Sixth Prince, you must eat this today. Chen Huiming struggled, get away. I won't eat it. He kicked the longevity bun out of the guard's hand. It flew past Li Anming's face and landed on the ground. The guard worriedly said, Masterly, are you all right? Chen Huiming chuckled. Serves you right, you old monster. Li Anming wiped his face and slapped Chen Huiming. Chen Huiming fell hard to the ground. He got up and angrily yelled at Li Anming, You worthless dog. You dare hit me. This slap is from the Empress Dowager to teach you a lesson. You dared to defile the Empress Dowager's food. This is the Empress Dowager's favorite. Since this old servant saw it, I cannot ignore it. This is my loyalty to the Empress Dowager. He gestured to the guard to force Chen Huiming to kneel. Chen Huiming shouted, Let go of me, you damn slave. Li Anming picked up the longevity bun from the ground. Sixth Prince, today you will eat this longevity bun, whether you like it or not. Chen Huiming gritted his teeth and said, How dare you? I am the Sixth Prince. Do you still think you're dealing with royalty? Here in the cold palace, I'm nothing but a stray dog. This is my territory. Even if you die here today, no one will care. Eat it. The bun in Li Anming's hand began to swell. With a bang, it exploded, splattering Li Anming's face. Li Anming clutched his face and rolled on the ground. A nearby guard anxiously asked, "Masterly, what happened?" Chun Huiming, looking puzzled, thought the bun exploded. Could it be? He looked back and saw the young lady in the tree motioning him to stay quiet. The serving girl beside him was utterly stunned, unable to hold her tray steady. Oh dear, Master Li's face is ruined. The guard quickly ordered, "Stop screaming. Go get the imperial physician." He then shakily helped Li Aming up. Li Aming's face was flushed red, and he gritted his teeth in pain. My face hurts." After seeing them leave, Mingyi hurried over to Chun Huiming. "Your Highness, are you all right?" The young lady from the tree. "I see you again." Mingyi put her hands on her hips and said to Chun Huiming, "Don't call me the young lady from the tree. I'm Mingyi, Prince Jing's daughter. My father is the current emperor, so you're my cousin." Chun Huiming blushed and stammered, "Why yes, cousin Mingyi." After chasing Li Aming away, Mingyi and Huiming sat on the steps to chat. Huiming excitedly asked, "Cousin Mingyi, was it you who made the bun explode?" Mingyi conjured a small flame in her palm, impressing Huiming. "You're so smart. I used my sacred bee's power." Huiming's eyes sparkled. "Was it you who spilled the sweet soup before, too?" Mingyi yinkit proudly. "I knew that sweet soup was poisoned, so I made the serving girl spill it." "Cousin, you're so amazing." Mingyi put a finger to her lips. "But you must keep it a secret. If anyone finds out I used my sacred bee's power, I'll be taken away." Huiming firmly promised not to tell. Suddenly, Mingyi heard a rumbling sound. Huiming looked embarrassed. "That's my stomach. It did that a lot." Mingyi suddenly remembered something and quickly reached into her pocket. She handed Huiming the bun she had brought. Remembering how Huiming suffered from hunger in the cold palace in the story, she had brought him something to eat. Chun Huiming looked at the bun in his hand, drooling. "Wow, what a big bun. It smells so good, and it's still warm." Mingyi affectionately patted Chun Huiming's head. "Go on, eat it." Chun Huiming took a large bite. Mingyi smiled as she watched him eat. Looking at this adorable little Huiming, it was hard to imagine him becoming the tyrannical emperor who vowed to slaughter the Chung family. She vowed she wouldn't let this sweet child become a tyrant, not only for her father, but for Huiming as well. Chun Huiming, feeling Mingyi's gaze, blushed and asked, "Cousin Mingyi, what is it? Did I eat too much?" Mingyi shook her head with a smile. "Not at all. You should eat it all. We need our strength to fight the bad guys." Chun Huiming put down the bun. Mingyi asked, puzzled, "What's wrong?" "But I'm not strong at all. If I were as strong as you, those mean eunuchs wouldn't dare bully me." Mingyi stood up and pointed at Chun Huiming. "Do you want to be as strong as me?" Chun Huiming nodded firmly. "I do." Mingyi puffed out her chest. "Then become my disciple. I'll stay by your side and teach you." "Really? Can I learn from you?" Suddenly, a voice called out, "Master." Mingyi quickly stopped him. "Your Highness, you are a prince. You don't need to kneel to me. Let's just make a promise." Continuing from the previous scene, Chun Huiming knelt before Mingyi to become her disciple. Startled, Mingyi quickly helped him up. They linked pinkies. "I, Chun Huiming, take Mingyi as my master." "All right, I accept you as my disciple." They smiled at each other. After a while, Chun Huiming rubbed his belly. "I'm full. I haven't been this full in a long time." Mingyi held out her hand. "All right, time for us to go to school." "But they won't let me go to school. I have to stay in the cold palace." Supervisor Lin took out the enrollment manual and token, excitedly saying, "Now you can go to school. I've arranged the entrance exam for you." Chun Huiming clapped his hands excitedly, as expected of master. So amazing. It was nothing. Mingyi immediately took Chun Huiming's hand. "Let's go. We should still be able to make it to the last class." "Okay, sister." In the classroom, the teacher was lecturing. Meanwhile, Yusheng was quite unhappy. Mingyi went out to play without inviting her. She also wanted to go out and play. "Why isn't class over yet?" Suddenly, a voice came. The students looked expectantly towards the door. Mingyi raised her hand and said, "Teacher, I'm back, and I brought a new student." The teacher looked puzzled. "The new student is the sixth prince, Huiming." Chun Huiming stood there awkwardly. The fifth prince, Chun Yuerun, immediately became displeased. "Hey, Huiming, who allowed you to come here? You're just a little cockroach from the cold palace. What qualifications do you have to study here?" His lackey chimed in, "Don't forget, your mother committed suicide for her crimes. You're a disgrace. The Imperial Academy isn't a place for you." That's right. Get out. Go back." These little sycophants were truly despicable, twisting the knife in the wound and rubbing salt on it. Among the whispers, they mentioned how Huiming's mother had been framed by consort Jing and forced to commit suicide in the cold palace. Seeing Chun Huiming's trembling body, Ming Yi quickly rushed to his side. Huiming is the sixth prince. Why isn't he qualified to study here? Besides, Supervisor Lin has already signed and stamped the approval. The teacher looked at the notes, stroking his beard and saying, "Indeed, is Supervisor Lin's authorization. Prince Huiming may attend the Imperial Academy." Mingyi looked confidently at the fifth prince. The teacher and Supervisor Lin both agree. What do you have to say now? The fifth prince frowned at Mingyi, muttering, "What a reckless girl." Yusheng walked over and said, Yeah. What business is it of yours whether he can study here or not? What's the rush? The fifth prince was immediately enraged. It's none of your business either. Yusheng stuck out her tongue. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Mingyi bowed respectfully. Teacher, may I ask where Prince Huiming should sit? The teacher pointed to the back. Sit at the table next to you. After the teacher finished speaking, Mingyi took Chun Huiming's hand. Prince Huiming walked right past the fifth prince. The fifth prince smirked wickedly. He stuck his foot out and tripped Mingyi. Mingyi fell to the ground with a thud. The fifth prince and his lackeys laughed. Why don't you watch where you're going? Falling flat on your face like that. How hilarious. Mingyi clenched her fists, glaring at him, wishing she could flatten him. Chu Pei and Yusheng quickly helped Mingyi up, concerned. Are you all right? Yusheng shouted at the fifth prince, Chun Yueran. Stop bullying my sister. If you want to fight, come at me. I'm always ready. Chun Yueran nonchalantly scratched his ear. What are you babbling about? Who bullied your sister? Did anyone see me bully her? His lackey chimed in, No, I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything at all. Yusheng, how dare you speak to the fifth prince like that? Remember your place. The teacher shook his head helplessly. The fifth prince and the second prince Jing are at it again. What a nuisance. Mingyi really wanted to beat that brat to death. She bowed angrily to the teacher. Teacher, Chun Yueran deliberately tripped me. He disrupted the class and bullied a fellow student. You must punish him. The teacher was in a predicament, unsure what to say, thinking to himself, spare me. I'm just a lowly academy official. I can't afford to offend any of you royal relatives. The fifth prince said arrogantly, You're accusing me falsely. She clearly stepped on my foot. I haven't even settled the score with her yet. His lackeys echoed, That's right. I saw Mingyi step on the fifth prince's foot. The fifth prince looked around at the other students, who dared not offend him and remained silent. The fifth prince was extremely satisfied with their silence. Well, no one said anything, so you stepped on my foot. The teacher, not wanting the situation to escalate, quickly intervened. Since no one saw anything, I can't make a judgment. Let's just drop it and get back to class. Suddenly, someone raised their hand and said, I know. Chun Huiming raised his hand, pointing at the fifth prince and saying righteously, You deliberately stuck your foot out. Apologize to Mingyi. The fifth prince grabbed Chun Huiming by the collar and yelled, You little cockroach. You've gotten bolder in just a few days. Say that again. Chun Huiming remained unyielding, apologized to sister. Mingyi was stunned. She didn't expect Chun Huiming to stand up to the fifth prince for her. Yusheng was also surprised by his boldness. The fifth prince, enraged, raised his hand to strike him. You're asking for it. Chun Huiming roared, Apologize. You dead cockroach. Who do you think you are? How dare you order me around? Yusheng couldn't stand it any longer. She yelled at Chun Yueran, Stop it, Chun Yueran. Two lackeys immediately grabbed Yusheng, saying, This doesn't concern you. Yusheng, don't try to interfere. Seeing the situation escalating, Mingyi turned to the teacher and said, Teacher, this isn't right. But the teacher just looked away, pretending not to notice. Mingyi was speechless, realizing she couldn't count on the teacher. It seemed she had to intervene. Pretending to point outside in surprise, she shouted, The Emperor is here. Everyone quickly looked outside. The Emperor is coming. Chun Yueran, startled, quickly pushed Chun Huiming away. But they found no movement at the door. Everyone looked confused. Where is he? Mingyi looked at the hanging lantern above and used her phoenix power. A burst of fire flew towards the rope. Snap! The rope broke. The lantern fell directly towards Chun Yueran's head. Completely unaware of the impending threat, the fifth prince was still yelling at Mingyi. How dare you trick me, Chun Mingyi. The next second, thud. The lantern landed right on him. He was stunned. What the? Why did the lantern fall on me? You idiots. What are you doing? Get it off me. The two lackeys stood there dumbfounded before finally reacting and running over. Mingyi winked at Yusheng. Then they both stuck out their feet and tripped the lackeys. Seeing their uselessness, the fifth prince yelled, You idiots. What are you doing? Suddenly, Chun Huiming appeared behind Chun Yueran. He pushed him with both hands. Chun Yueran instantly sensed something was wrong. What's happening? Before he could react, He tumbled to the ground and rolled outside. The two lackeys quickly got up and chased after him. Later, after school, the three of them walked home together, chatting and laughing. Yusheng chuckled. That Chun Yueran, he probably won't know which way is up for 3 days. He'll be seeing everything blurry. She turned and patted Chun Huiming's shoulder. Little Huiming, you were pretty impressive back there. Chun Huiming scratched his head shyly. It was all thanks to you, using your phoenix power to knock down a lantern. Ming Yi and Yusheng quickly shushed him. Keep your voice down. You can't talk about that. Someone might hear you. Yusheng added, yeah. Ming Yi could get caught and locked up. Chun Huiming quickly covered his mouth. I won't say it again. I won't ever say it again. Meanwhile, Yusheng, Chu Pei, and Ming Yi saw them walking towards them after school. Ming Yi happily ran towards Chu Pei. Chu Pei happily embraced Ming Yi and asked, how was your first day of school? Was everything all right? Ming Yi awkwardly didn't know what to say. Then Yusheng jumped in to save the day. Of course, everything was great. With me, Yusheng, looking after Ming Yi, it was fantastic. Ming Yi chuckled at that. Chu Pei playfully pinched Yusheng's cheek. You've got quite the ego, little one. He looked at Ming Yi with a pleased expression. Suddenly, a voice called out, Greetings, Imperial Uncle. May you be well. Chu Pei replied, Congratulations, Sixth Prince, on finally being able to study at the Imperial Academy. Ming Yi looked at the two of them, unable to imagine that in the future, her father would die at the hands of this seemingly innocent child. Chu Pei took Ming Ye's hand. It's getting late. Let's go home. Just then, Chun Huiming grabbed Ming Ye's hand and called out, Sister. Ming Yi turned around, puzzled. What is it, Huiming? Chun Huiming looked down shyly and said, Stay with me today. Don't go back. Both Chu Pei and Yusheng stared at him in surprise. Chun Huiming continued, Don't go, Sister Ming Yi. Those eunuchs will definitely come back. They looked at Chun Huiming in confusion. Then Ming Yi remembered. She had changed the original story's sweet soup poisoning plot during the Duanwu festival. That's why they later tried to poison Huiming with the longevity peach buns. Although she had driven them away, they would definitely return, having failed their mission. If she didn't find a solution, Huiming would still be harmed by those assassins. She turned to Chu Pei and asked, Father, may I stay and accompany Huiming? Chu Pei Wen, staying in the cold palace overnight. That's not appropriate. Ming Yi looked at the pitiful Chun Huiming. Sister Ming Yi, don't go. She turned back to Chu Pei and pleaded, Just this once, okay? Chu Pei shook his head. I'm not comfortable with you staying in the inner palace alone. Ming Yi lowered her head and stammered, but. Xian Nu spoke up to Chu Pei, Father, let me stay with Ming Yi too. I'll look after them. Yusheng also chimed in, and me. With me here, there definitely won't be a problem. Seeing this, Ming Yi tugged on Chu Pei's hand. So can I stay now? Can I? Chun Huiming tugged on his sleeve as well. Unable to withstand their pleas, Chu Pei relented. He patted Ming Ye's head. All right, I'll go make the arrangements. The two of them immediately brightened. Great. Ming Yi recounted to Xian Nu how Li Anming had tried to poison Chun Huiming during the day, and Jing Fei's involvement in the plot. She explained that even though she could secretly protect Chun Huiming, she couldn't stay in the cold palace indefinitely. Chun Huiming sighed. If only I could always be with you. Xian Nu stroked her chin, acknowledging that this wasn't a long-term solution. If we could find Chun Huiming a powerful protector, he wouldn't have to worry anymore. They both asked, what kind of protector? The most powerful person in the inner palace is definitely the Empress Dowager. If she could support Chun Huiming, Jing Fei wouldn't dare to act rashly. Ming Ye's eyes lit up. That's right. How could I forget such an important person? She excitedly grabbed Chun Huiming's hand. It's decided. We'll ask the Empress Dowager to be your mentor. Chun Huiming looked questioningly at Xian Nu behind him. Xian Nu, having heard this, was stunned. Wait. Why do you think the Empress Dowager would agree to be his protector? The Empress Dowager is a devout Buddhist, a kind person, though outwardly reserved, and she lost her mother at a young age and lived a lonely life. Chun Huiming's situation is similar. If he behaves well, he's sure to move the Empress Dowager. Xian Nu asked suspiciously, You've only been in the palace for a day. You don't even know the Empress Dowager, do you? How do you know all this? Ming Yi tried to bluff her way through. I just know, okay. I have the power of a sacred beast, you know? She thought to herself, because I've read the original story. It said so in the manga. Chun Huiming clapped his hands. Master is so amazing. Xian Nu looked pleasantly surprised. Really? I didn't know the power of a sacred beast could read hearts. Ming Yi gave an awkward laugh. A moment later, Yusheng arrived holding a large watermelon. Watermelon's here. The three of them were shocked. Where did you get that? I picked it up in the Imperial Academy. Pretty impressive, right? Everyone's faces lit up with excitement. Watermelon. Si nous pouvons du zatskan. That's clearly from the Imperial Academy's kitchen. I'll go pay for it tomorrow. The four of them then enjoyed the watermelon. Yusheng spat out a watermelon seed and noticed a light outside. She shouted towards the light, "Someone's coming." The others were still enjoying their watermelon. Yusheng, spitting out watermelon seeds, noticed a light nearby. She immediately pointed and said, "Someone's coming." Ming Yi Sudendi realize it. It's that damned eunuch, Li Anming, back again. Chun Huiming excitedly declared, "I'm not afraid. There are so many of us, and we have Master. We can definitely beat him." Yusheng clench her fists. "If he dares to bully you, I'll beat him so badly his own parents won't recognize him. I'll turn him into a pig's head." Xianu, sitting to the side, was speechless. Even if you could beat him, then what? Do you want to all get arrested? Sixth Prince, do you want to be ruined for life? The two of them didn't understand what she meant. Si nous fumai, there's a better way to deal with him. They asked what way. Meanwhile, Li Anming barged in. "You damn cockroach. You ruined my exquisite face. Tonight, I'm going to torture you slowly. You'll wish you were dead." He pointed inside. "Search for me." The guards rushed in. One of the guards suddenly sensed something amiss in the nearby bushes. He whispered to Li Anming, "Sir, there seems to be something over there." Li Anming cautiously parted the bushes. He saw blue flames flickering within the bushes, with a shadowy figure in the center. As the figure slowly approached, the two of them jumped back in fright and ran away as fast as they could. Li Anming fell back on his backside with a thud. "What is that? What is that?" Just as they reached the doorway, 2 pieces of sweet potato were thrown at their feet. They stepped on them and fell forward. With a crash, they collided with a pillar. Meanwhile, Chun Huiming stared at his blood-covered hands. "There's a ghost. A ghost. It's coming. Help me. Help. Help." Liaming Shrieka, stumbling Buckworth. "Stay back. Don't come any closer. Don't come near me." He scrambled back frantically, crashing into a large tree. Trembling all over, he felt blood dripping onto him. Suddenly, he heard a sound nearby. He reached out and touched something. Finding blood on his hand, he flinched. A head popped out suddenly. Li Anming's face contorted in terror, unable to make a sound. As the head drew closer, more blood dripped down. Li Anming's mouth opened wide in a silent scream. The guards scattered, yelling, "Don't kill me. Don't kill me. I'm a good person. I'm a law-abiding citizen." They fled in all directions, not forgetting to slam the gate shut behind them. The four watched their panicked retreat and burst into laughter. Afterwards, the four discussed the situation. Xianu said, "The Empress Dowager rarely leaves her residence, except for grand celebrations. But she visits the Longevity Palace for Buddhist prayers every 5th day of the month." Yusheng counted on her fingers. "Tomorrow is the 5th. Xianu replied, "Yes. After school, the Empress Dowager will pass by the Imperial Academy on her way to Longevity Palace. If we miss this opportunity, we'll have to wait until next month." But Chen Huiming's revenge can't wait that long. Ming Yi declared resolutely, "Then we'll take Hui Ming and ask for the Empress Dowager's protection." Following the previous events, Ming Yi wanted the Empress Dowager to become Chun Huiming's protector. Xianu, however, said, "Just going like this probably won't move the Empress Dowager. We need to make Hui Ming look pitiful, tragically abused, utterly wretched." Yusheng instantly understood, suggesting sinisterly, "Beat Hui Ming into a pitiful, half-dead pig's head and throw him in front of the Empress Dowager. That'll definitely move her." Ming Yi immediately stopped her. "No way." Xianu rapped Yusheng on the head. "You idiot. I'll turn you into a pig's head first, believe me. I meant we should stage a bitter meat scheme. We'll find a way to make Chun Huiming provoke Consort Jing. When she's abusing Huiming, we'll make sure the Empress Dowager sees it. Then, when poor Huiming pleads for help, it will surely move the Empress Dowager. Mingye could have put head hands. That's a great idea. Big Brother is so reliable. It means His Highness Huiming will have to suffer being beaten by Consort Jing." Chen Huiming, however, said, "It's all right. I can do it." Then Xianu laid out the plan for tomorrow at Ho Hot Palace. Li Anming was slapped across the face. Consort Jing pointed at him furiously. "You have a nerve to come back. You couldn't even handle a child. You're worse than useless. What good are you? Go hang yourself with a white silk ribbon." Li Anming immediately knelt and kowtowed, begging for mercy. "Your Highness, spare me. There's a vengeful ghost in that place. I was almost swallowed alive." Consort Jing didn't believe his nonsense. She kicked him. "Go hang yourself. Don't make me do it myself." The head eunuch beside her side. Li Anming clung to his leg. "Godfather, save me. You have to believe me. There really is a ghost there." Ghost fire was flying everywhere. Blood splattered all over my face. He wiped the blood off Li Anming's face onto his own shoe. You coward. Can't you even tell the difference between cinnabar, red ink, and blood? Li Anming, still convinced, touched the substance and sniffed it. He realized it was indeed cinnabar and red ink. He turned to Consort Jing and pleaded, Your Highness, please calm down. It's all my son's fault for being incompetent. No one tried to assassinate the Sixth Prince. This whole ghost incident is very strange. Perhaps it's the sacred beast's domain acting up. The palace has always been peaceful, but now it's suddenly haunted. Could it be the Sixth Prince secretly using the sacred beast's power to cause trouble? Consort Jing scoffed. Chen Huiming, that useless thing. I watched him grow up. How could he possibly have the sacred beast's power today? Your Highness, what this old servant means is, whether the Sixth Prince has the sacred beast's power or not is unimportant. We just need to pretend the palace is haunted and forcibly take him to the sacred tree temple for purification. Arrange for some trusted monks to handle things, and the Sixth Prince will surely die. Following the previous events, Consort Jing, to eliminate Chen Huiming, used the pretext of the sacred beast's power to get him into the sacred tree temple. Once inside, it would be difficult for him to survive. The only problem was explaining it to the emperor. She decided to go see the emperor. I'll go and capture Chen Huiming now. Meanwhile, the three were asleep in bed. Xian Nu sat beside them, chin in her hands, eyes closed, dozing. Suddenly, footsteps approached. Surround the area. Don't let anyone escape. Xin Nu woke up instantly, sensing danger. Hearing the hurried footsteps, she realized many people were coming. She quickly woke Mingyi. They looked towards the door in alarm. Yu Sheng was fast asleep and couldn't be woken. He turned over impatiently and continued to sleep. Brother, don't make noise. It's not even dawn yet. I'm not going to school. At this time, Minister Li had already led everyone and barged straight in. He shouted, Sixth Prince, and looked forward completely shocked. He hadn't expected Prince Jing's 3 children to be there too. Looking at the unfamiliar girl before him, he thought, could this be the adopted daughter Prince Jing is rumored to have taken in? Xingmu shielded Minji. Minister Li, why have you brought so many people to disturb the cold palace in the middle of the night? Minister Li gestured to the person beside him and said, I heard there was a disturbance in the cold palace. This servant suspects that someone is secretly using sacred beast power. Therefore, I specifically ordered Master Zhao of the Sacred Arts Temple to come and investigate. Minji instantly broke out in a cold sweat. I've been discovered. Minji was too nervous to speak, only trembling with fear. Minister Li stared sinisterly at Minji. Suddenly, Li Anning pointed at them and shouted, You guys are the ones causing all this ghost trouble. You almost made me lose face. I won't let you get away with this. Minister Li glared angrily at Li Anning. Get down. You have no right to speak here. Whether or not there's sacred beast power, we'll have the sacred arts master investigate. Master Zhao stepped forward directly. Sixth Prince, and you young nobles, who will go first? Minister Li pointed at Minji, his face grim. He said in a sinister voice, There's an order to this. Let's start with the young princess. Minji was terrified. Xingmu and Yuesheng looked at Minji in alarm. Chen Huiming looked at the trembling Minji with concern. As the sacred arts master started to approach, Chen Huiming stepped in front of Minji. There's no need to check. I'm the one using the sacred beast power. The 3 were startled. Master Zhao also looked at Minister Li questioningly. Minister Li, however, wasn't surprised at all. This was exactly what he wanted. He nonchalantly said, Let's investigate further. Master Zhao placed his hand on Chen Huiming's head and probed. After a moment, he exclaimed, Aha, it is indeed sacred beast power. Your Highness, the Sixth Prince, possesses the power of the Gale. Minji was shocked. That's impossible. Seeing their actions, Xingmu thought, they're clearly framing Huiming. This is despicable. Minister Li feigned congratulations. Congratulations, Your Highness the Sixth Prince. The Emperor has decreed that all those with sacred beast power must serve the country. Even a prince is no exception. Please come with us to the Sacred Arts Temple. Don't cause any trouble, lest you suffer unnecessarily. Chen Huiming turned to Minji. Sister, I'm going. Minji watched helplessly as they took him away. Xingmu cried out internally. Huiming, no, don't go. She reached out, about to use her sacred beast power. Xingmu quickly stopped herself and glared at Minji. Minji, knowing she was wrong, lowered her head. Xingmu's voice rang in her ears. Do you want to use your sacred beast power here? With the sacred arts master present, do you think you can hide it? Do you want to get us all killed? Minji burst into tears. I'm sorry, brother, but I can't just watch them take Huiming away. If they unlock his power, he'll die. He doesn't have any sacred beast power. I have to go. I have to save Huiming. Xingmu raised her hand to slap her, but she couldn't bring herself to do it, looking at her pitiful, tear-stained face. She gently stroked Minji's head and sighed. If you get caught, what about father? Have you thought about him? And even if you confess, they won't release Huiming. They want him to die. You'll only end up captured with him. Minji grabbed Xingmu's sleeve. Then what should we do? Xingmu shook her head helplessly. She didn't know what to do either. Yuexing anxiously paced. We're doomed. Even clever Xingmu doesn't have a solution. Xingmu tried to comfort them. Minji, you have to go find father. In Hohot Palace, Minister Li reported to concubine Jing, Your Highness, the sixth prince has been examined by the sacred arts master. He has no sacred beast power. Tomorrow, they will arrange to unlock his power. He will certainly die. Concubine Jing yawned and said she understood, dismissing him. Minister Li expressed his concern. Concubine Jing asked, puzzled, what are you worried about? When we went to the cold palace to apprehend the sixth prince, Prince Jing's 3 children were also there. If the sixth prince doesn't have sacred beast power, then one of Prince Jing's 3 children must possess it. Prince Jing's 2 older children were tested years ago and confirmed to have no sacred beast power. The only possibility is the girl Prince Jing recently adopted. Concubine Jing's interest was immediately piqued. I hear Prince Jing adopted a girl. Who is she? Her name is Minji. Regardless of whether she possesses sacred beast power. Without prior warning, subordinates failed to prevent Minji. Sacred beast power. Why does it always come back to this? Prince Jing's. Your Highness, I will send someone to Prince Jing's manor tomorrow to demand her. Your Highness, we must seize Minji quickly. It's better to be safe than sorry. Concubine Jing shook her head, indicating disapproval. No, that won't do. Seizing Minji will definitely cause a commotion. The only priority right now is the floating hook. We mustn't create any further complications. Minister Li, what else do you want to do? Concubine Jing immediately interrupted. Prince Jing has already lost Yuexing. Losing Minji as well will certainly enrage him. He will ruin our plans. I don't understand. Concubine Jing clapped her hands and said, as soon as dawn breaks, freeze him. Keep an eye on him in the Sacred Tree Division. Don't let anything happen to him. The scene changes. Day is broken. It's time to open the east gate. Just as Prince Jing was about to leave, he was surprised. I didn't expect them to be so bold. I am furious. I didn't expect father to be going to see him right now. Prince Jing was overjoyed to hear his 2 children's words. I'm still worried. I came to pick you up as soon as the palace gates opened. Minji quickly grabbed Prince Jing's hand. Father, something terrible has happened. Please save Lord Huiming. Prince Jing quickly knelt down and asked what had happened. Minji frantically grabbed Prince Jing's hand. Father, something terrible has happened. Please save Lord Huiming. Prince Jing knelt down and asked what had happened. He's been taken to the Sacred Tree Division. They're going to perform the soul-searching ritual on him. Xingmu also stepped forward and said, the chief eunuch, Li Anning, arrested the 6th prince. He falsely accused the 6th prince of possessing sacred beast power. I fear the 6th prince is in grave danger. Minji kept muttering, please save Lord Huiming. Prince Jing stroked Minji's head. I'm so sorry, Minji. I also want to save the 6th prince, but I don't want to be involved in the sacred beast child conflict again. I don't want to put my children in danger. Minji reacted with agitation. But Huiming was arrested to protect me. If it weren't for him, it would have been me. Prince Jing shook his head helplessly. I'm so sorry. I don't want to take the risk. Come home with me. Minji abruptly knelt down. Father, please, I beg you, save Huiming. This isn't just for Huiming, it's for our whole family. Prince Jing was shocked. He looked at Minji, speechless. Yuexing hugged Prince Jing. Father, the 6th prince is truly brave. If it weren't for him, Minji's sacred beast power would have been discovered. The 6th prince has shown us kindness. I also beg you to save him, Father. Prince Jing looked at his 3 children. He hadn't realized how much they had grown. He then said firmly, your father is not someone who forgets kindness or abandons those in need. I will save the 6th prince. Minji jumped up joyfully. Father, that's wonderful. Prince Jing took Minji's hand and said, Minji, come with me. There's somewhere we need to go. Minji looked puzzled. Where? Yuexing watched them leave and asked Xingmu, where are they going? What do we do now? Go to the Imperial Academy. We'll study and wait for father's news. The scene shifts to the Sacred Tree Division. Chen Huiming sat alone on the bed, waiting. He believed his master and Minji would definitely save him. Then he heard footsteps. Chen Huiming hadn't expected them to come so quickly. Meanwhile, Su Chang'an was leisurely drinking tea enjoying the fresh air of the countryside. He was appreciating the quiet solitude, savoring his tea, and admiring the flowers, when suddenly he heard noise. Su Changing spat out the tea he had just taken a sip of. Prince Jing and Minji arrived on horseback. Minji waved happily at Su Changing, calling out, "Master." Looking at his trampled flower garden, Su Changing wanted to die. Prince Jing, holding Minji, said frantically, "Changing, it's an emergency." Su Changing, ignoring all else, roared at Prince Jing, "You imbecile. Do you not know how to knock? And the main entrance isn't even on this side. You've ruined my flower garden." Prince Jing clasped his hands together in apology. "I'm so sorry. I'll compensate you for the flowers. This is urgent. I need your help." Minji added anxiously, "Master, please help Lord Huiming." Su Changing looked at them in alarm. "What are you doing?" "The sixth prince has been falsely accused of possessing sacred beast power. He's been arrested by the Sacred Tree Division." Su Changing seemed unconcerned. "That has nothing to do with me." Chu Pei immediately grabbed his shoulder and said, "You're a renowned Sacred Tree master. Everyone in the Great Ming knows you. Come with me to the Sacred Tree Temple and reevaluate the sixth prince." Chen Changing abruptly shook off his hand. "I offended the Grand Preceptor years ago and would rather die than return to the Sacred Tree Temple. How could I possibly go back? Besides, it's a place I don't want to return to. There are too many painful memories there." Minji anxiously grabbed Chen Changing's hand. "Lord Huiming is about to be arrested and exploited. There's no time." Chen Changing immediately frowned. "I'm just a recluse with some knowledge of sacred trees. I can't help anyone. Everyone has their own destiny. I'm powerless to assist. Seek help elsewhere." Minji tearfully pleaded with him. "Master, please, I beg you." Chu Pei patted Minji's head comfortingly. "Don't worry. I'll persuade him. It won't take long." Minji looked at her father incredulously. Chu Pei walked directly behind Chen Changing and knocked him unconscious with a swift blow. Minji hadn't expected such direct action. Chu Pei quickly pulled Minji onto the carriage. Minji asked worriedly, "But won't the 3 horses be exhausted? Will they be able to keep up?"